Cause you been together, you ready? Give or take. Boy,
You didn't
you
have to
know
do the
just about.
voice. Okay, hold on. We're on the air. You man, dude, really? You had to do the voice? We're on the
Monica.
air. Wow.
He only got one speed. He ain't got no other speed.
No,
His
no. Like, yo, talk normal, Ja Rule. Talk normal. I can't, because everything got to be hyped up. Let's go. Monica.
I
Man.
bet his snoring is dramatic.
Like, snore. Can't be without you. Snore. Man.
I'm back.
What's up, man?
What up?
What up, though? What up, though?
My computer needed to reboot.
It's time for a new PC, sir.
Nah, I just needed an update. I'm not spending
What?
any more fucking money on this PC.
What?
It's good enough.
Is it an Apple or Windows?
So when it's my desktop and gaming PC.
Oh, right now it's a good time.
Yeah, but I got a 5800X 2070 Super. It's fine. Nothing
Okay.
special, but
Definitely. He ain't in a rush to upgrade anything.
it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole because I know if I start replacing one thing, I'm gonna want to replace another thing, and then I'm gonna end up with a whole new PC by the time
Hey,
I'm done.
look,
You should
look,
still
I
be able to
said,
run any title with that though.
what, the 5800X?
And a freaking it's 2070. He can run anything with that.
That's true.
Ain't like he can't run something because of the setup.
No. Hey,
Yeah,
you
and
know
my
what? Speaking
5800X is
of,
overclocked too. So
so speaking of, so we're gonna stay with that one because I got something queued up for it. Hold on. It's always a good time. It's always a good time to upgrade your PC, man. You know, especially now because what me and the radio were talking about this earlier this week about later this week about like how processing done is on processors and different things, and what was the limiting drawback for processing. Well, apparently Intel is going balls deep.
I'm talking about
Balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep.
You know what? This doesn't impress me.
Why?
Keon?
Why doesn't it impress you, sir?
I remember when you had to work hard to get 4 gigahertz, and now that's on every damn processor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, look. But come on, man. When we were trying to get 4 gigahertz, I mean, remember the
People
the
were
the
using CO2 cooling and everything trying to get there, and now every freaking chip could do it, even the low end chips. So it's not really.
hey, as you drop nanometers on processor cores, things get easier.
Yeah, but it ain't the clock speed that's been holding them back.
Yeah, I mean,
the chiplet architecture.
It's all about that
well,
cash, man. Cash is expensive. Clock speed is cheap. That's why they keep doing more clock speed.
Intel is going for cheap, man.
Are you trying to tell me that the cache isn't cheap?
Cash is the most expensive thing to add in a processor, sir.
That's true.
It's the most expensive thing in the chip.
Hey, what's up, Speed Tech?
Oh, are you live already?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we lied, but
I'll snap. That's funny. I didn't
But
even.
yeah, man. Look. We were just talking about this last night. And you talking about how like you could to constantly go higher up on the clock. You got to start bleeding this heat off. So what is it? The Core i9. Oh God, Intel need to really work on these processor names. This is getting out of hand now. 1390K, 5.8 gigahertz, 125 watts compared to the 150-watt new chips. So it's all about bleeding this heat off. That's the biggest thing, is just getting rid of the heat.
And you don't
And if
generate
you're
that
not,
heat in the x86. You don't generate that too much heat.
what's going on, Austin? Oh, and Red, what's happening? But
So
yeah,
here's why I'm not impressed with any of this new Intel stuff.
why are you not impressed, sir?
It's because they keep increasing the TDP, so it's just pumping out more power in order for
Yep.
them to increase the boost clocks and to increase performance. They're just increasing the power. And then they push this whole efficiency cores. Granted, the whole power and efficiency cores architecture is definitely the way of the future.
But this is what the overclockers have been doing. Period. Is they've been driving enough power, figure out a way to put enough power through the chip to raise the clock.
But like 3 years ago, like 60 to 80 watts, maybe even 90-watt TDP was like pretty average. And now you're talking 110, 120, 125 watts.
What is
Like
it? The AMD one is like almost 200 watts, but the shielding over top of it is thicker.
But this is why they keep losing in the mobile game, because they can't keep the same game up with the battery power. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And not to mention, I'm pretty sure with this new Intel chip, the 13900K, not the KS, is like significantly cheaper and boosts to like 5.8 gigahertz. So like this new feed doesn't really add much. It's just a spec. It's just like T-Mobile boasting about their speeds. It doesn't mean anything.
Hey man, anytime you can boast about your speeds, you take that shot, dog. You don't. If you got a chance to shoot a 2 or a 3, which one are you gonna go for? I'm just saying.
What is it going to enable you to do that you couldn't do before?
Not a daggone thing.
And where does the cost outweigh the benefit?
I mean, you got to build a pretty hefty rig to be able to bleed that heat off, and a standard air cooler is not going to do it. The inbox cooler is not going to let you get to 6 gigahertz. It's not going to do it.
I'm having to buy a $300 cooler.
Water cooling it is, people. Water cooling it is. But yeah, no, I just know that I want to start building another computer myself. It's gonna be a little ways down the road. I'm gonna be piecing all my stuff together because I don't have a necessary need yet until I get to the place where
put your money in the graphics card. Don't put it in the freaking process.
But the graphics card got to connect to something.
Yeah, but the graphics card is gonna be doing more lifting than that damn thing is.
That's true. I'm trying to look. Once I finish building the desktop, I want to at least have a 6 monitor setup, man. That's what I want. I want 6 monitors all the way around.
So you can hack into the mainframe.
He's trying to hack. He's gonna hack Dave.
Oh God, no. Dave is completely off grid, man. You know what?
Here's the thing.
I need to check on him.
GPUs are seeing a renaissance right now, like exponential increases in performance. CPUs have kind of plateaued for the most part. Like you could still take a last gen AMD chip or a last Intel chip and pair it with a brand new GPU, and you probably see within 10 to 15% performance on 99% of games.
Yeah, but you know what? The what is it? The new AMD chips, they moved to a new what's it, without pins. So I forget what it's called, but they're following Intel with the pin design being on the motherboard now. So it's a hard slash for their new gen stuff now. But the motherboards are faster now. I think what it at PCI 5 now.
Yeah, PCIe 5, DDR5.
Uh-huh. So they are faster now. I wish they were backwards compatible. That's the biggest thing. But they're not backwards compatible yet. Not for PCI anyway, but maybe for the motherboards.
Well, I mean, AMD's been riding on the AM4 architecture for, I don't know, almost 8 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on. Noctua only does air cooling though.
no, I'm talking about motherboard architecture.
Oh
You
no.
you're talking about
Red.
chip architecture.
Oh no, I was talking about Red. He's in the chat. He was talking about the Noctua. Not sure what was that, the D15, but
Oh.
Noctua is an air cooler.
What you're referring to, Keon, is LGA.
LGA, yes.
Yeah, Intel been doing that a
Oh, the
long time.
D15. Sorry.
Yeah, but the LGA architecture has different subsets. Like they
Oh, I know.
changed they've changed it to the point where like you have to upgrade your motherboard every couple of years if you're going to get a new chip.
The bastards. Intel's been doing this to us for so long. That's why their chips don't that's why they don't invest a whole lot in their chips. Like they just keep churning them out.
Well, they plateaued for a long time, and then they brought in that what's his name, Pat Gelsinger. He's the CEO of Intel. They brought him back, and since they brought him back, they've seen a sort of a resurgence to the top, per se, where they're outperforming AMD. So,
well, I mean, I'm just saying that right now AMD is floating on top right now. I mean, what is it for the last year and a half now?
yeah, ever since the 5000 series.
So,
But this new chip, the 13 series, from what I've been reading, is putting AMD in their place. So, whatever they're doing, it's working.
right. Man, somebody need to go get Brandon. I want to say this to him real quick.
You want to say to Brandon?
I want to say this to Brandon. I'm gonna need him to stop predicting stuff because he kind of predicted this and then he's mentioned it. So HBO has failed us. HBO is increasing their prices.
Or
Shocker.
Why, people? Okay, if you think that your product is worth more money, then go ahead and ask for the money. That way, people can get their expectations level to where it needs to be. But this low ball you, then raise you up incrementally, is getting annoying now.
you know what's happening, Keon?
What's happening?
So you see all these different channel providers, whatever, they're moving away from the cable companies and doing their own apps, right?
Yep.
But now the damn creators are moving away from the channels and making their own apps.
Yep. Because what is it? The
you're gonna have to have a different app for every TV show you watch in the future.
Yes, this is getting annoying now. Because like, look, I understand, like, because you introduced me to Council Court, right? And Council Court is funny, right? But here's the problem: I'm about to sign up for another app just so I can watch those guys. Which, yes, they are funny, but this is just another app on my phone that I'm probably gonna every once in a while come back to, if not never, until I see something cool that pops up again. But I understand people want to get paid. Look, I understand that creators want to get paid for their stuff. I'm trying to be a content creator right now, but there's a breaking point now. We are past a breaking point now. This is ridiculous.
So you gotta realize the creators are getting in the same situation that you see people who are like, "Oh, we're mad at Twitter. We're gonna make our own Twitter type of site." Well, these creators are getting mad at YouTube because of all the cages YouTube keeps trying to lock them in, and they're just like, "No, we want to do this. Well, don't do that. Well, no, we won't pay you." Well,
here's the thing.
So
here you go. So here's the problem, and that says something about what has just recently happened, where a lot of content creators on YouTube are a little bit upset due to the fact that YouTube changed their monetization policy just recently. So where you have to wait 8 seconds before you can start going ham on your video, right? So people are like, yo, if I play a video game that got killing in it and whatever, or any innuendo of violence, you're going to get demonetized, right? But this
Mm-hmm.
comes from the fact. But this comes from the fact that advertisers don't want to be associated with it. I don't think it's YouTube. It's the advertisers.
Yeah, but YouTube's allowing it. So you gotta realize YouTube was in a position of power, right? They don't really have to bow down to the advertisers because the advertisers don't really have nowhere else to go either. Think about it.
Yes and no.
Plus, you also remember I told you a lot of these YouTubers are getting their own endorsements outside of YouTube. They could care less about the ad money. They're getting paid to like shout out local companies and stuff in their videos. They don't care.
Right.
That's what I was saying. It's getting to the point where they're getting their own ads. Why do you think every YouTuber is doing ads inside of their own video?
Oh no, I know.
They're getting paid outside the gates. So
I know,
apparently there's
but
advertisers that still want to be involved with them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be getting these third-party ads.
that's true. But
Yeah.
it also makes it harder for somebody like me. I'm not super controversial. I'm not dropping the big old offensive bombs every left and right, but it does keep you on edge because let's say that I slip up one time and I do a 2-hour live stream. Now that live stream has a chance for it not to be monetized because I'm so small that every little cent counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. But that's why I say that's why these people are doing what they're doing. They're getting these smaller companies and things to give them money directly outside of YouTube. They could care less.
On a side tangent, 1 second. So to answer your question, Red, anything that you put on your phone is going to be bulky. Very rare to truly protect your phone. It has to be bulky. I have yet to see a case that's thin and small and protect your phone.
OtterBox symmetry.
And even the Autobox is thick.
Not the symmetry, bro.
Oh, really?
Highly recommend if you're looking for a thin case that's still pretty protective. Make sure you pair it with a screen protector. OtterBox symmetry, hands down.
Oh, now EM is more of an iPhone person than I am. I am a iPhone in training, so I don't know any better. My iPhone is still bare to the world. So
No, that's just from my 5 years of selling cell phones.
See, even better. He's past retail. But no,
but seriously though, Red, there's a lot of really good case brands out there that aren't super junky. There's also a lot of case brands out there that aren't super break your wallet. You just gotta you gotta try them out and see what works best for you. But my recommendation, if you're looking for a decent case that's not gonna feel like you're carrying around a brick in your pocket, that's symmetry for sure.
Okay.
But everyone's got their preference. I always recommend. I mean, even if you go to like a Best Buy or like wherever, usually you can like try the case on your phone and see if you like it first. But that would be where I would. That's where I would start.
Okay. Because I might have to look into it myself. Look, I want to have a good resale value on this phone once I get ready to trade it back in again. So the iPhone 14 is going to be my trade-in phone and keep checking on new phones versus the ones I buy directly from manufacturer.
In what case not to waste your money on? Don't waste your money on the damn Apple case.
Absolutely not.
That case fell apart on me after a freaking month, bro. I've had better luck with cheap cases off of freaking Amazon.
Apple cases are garbage.
Absolute garbage.
That's sad.
The only OEM that makes good cases is Samsung. And even then, they got like a little niche. You got like the flip covers and the.
As a person who has to constantly return people's phones to them as an Uber driver, I see these like thin cases on these phones. The back is shattered, the front is shattered, there's bits in the side. And I'm like, what was the purpose of having this thing on the first place?
Now, I'll tell you who had good cases. Freaking OnePlus had good cases.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
I still got my wood case that was on my 6T, that damn case still looks like it's new, and it was put through hell. It's been dropped off. It's been dropped at least 20 feet on multiple occasions. The case didn't start peeling apart like my freaking Apple case after one drop. Yeah.
Well,
but they were getting them made
weird.
by somebody else. I forgot who the company is that makes the case for them. Oh my, because they make wood cases for other phones too. The one I had was the bamboo OnePlus case. Who makes their freaking cases?
I don't know.
I remember the name of the company.
This is actually here. I'll show you this. This is
Yeah, go ahead and pull it up.
So this is a case brand that I really, really like. Let's see.
Well, exercise.
So this brand, it's like Moose or Mouse, however you pronounce it. They make some real high quality stuff. It's expensive. Like these are gonna be like, this is like probably as far as I would go personally, as far as getting a case for my phones, like price wise. But they make some really solid options, and
the
a
mouse
lot
case.
of yeah.
See, they
And
got a wood one too.
if you're like half Android, half Apple type person, like I am, even their Samsung cases, their Pixel cases, at least I'm pretty sure, they have magnets in the back that will be compatible with MagSafe stuff. So it's nice. They're expensive. They're definitely on the higher end. But if you're looking for like a quality product, this is definitely one of my favorite brands.
Hey, you know what? In this, I put in, where is it at? Come on. Oh, it was earlier this week where I put up here for MagSafe. So I want to get y'all opinion about this one then. So you got iPhones, you got Android phones, and it looked like that the cases are becoming what they call MagSafe compatible.
EvoTech. I'm sorry, that's the name of the company. EvoTech. Makes the cases. Yeah, that's who makes the OnePlus cases.
So they're becoming MagSafe compatible. Do you think that the MagSafe by Apple is a good standard right now? Because it's being adopted by the Qi of consortium now.
Yeah, we're familiar.
So in this article, they're talking about that Samsung and Google forced to adopt the iPhone MagSafe charging.
Edmund, I'm gonna be honest with you on that. I think wireless charge is going faster than MagSafe.
It's going faster than MagSafe. Growing.
I don't see a lot of people doing MagSafe.
Me neither.
Really?
Nope.
Well, apparently it's being adopted though.
Only one in the community I've heard even talk about MagSafe. Nobody else seems to really care that I've talked to.
It's literally a wire and back of your phone charging.
It's still wired.
Look how Brendan simplifies it. Edmund is basically handicapped wireless charging.
Okay. Now, as a person who has multiple wireless chargers in my home, okay, do you know what the one thing that annoys me is the fact that when you try to stitch your phone on your wireless thing, it doesn't align. So let's say you thought that you did it, or somebody comes along and bump it, it'll knock it off its charger. It knocks it off just a little bit. Now with MagSafe, it's supposed to automatically, because of magnets, the power of magnets, quote unquote, right? You know, the power of magnets allow this to align itself perfectly, right? That's what it's supposed to do. And then if something comes along,
how you feel about the Tesla wireless charger that Apple wanted to make?
Wait, is this inside the car or outside the car?
No, well, you can put it inside the car. What I'm saying is it's overpriced, but Tesla put out what would have been AirPower. Tesla put their own version out, and it's better than AirPower.
Yes. Oh, yes. I saw that.
And it doesn't matter where you set the damn phone either.
That's true. They had a hell of a lot of coils.
They put a crap ton of coils in there that Apple didn't want to do. Apple said this thing's gonna be 300, but that's gonna really be a real price. We can't put out anything with a real price. They want to make. They want to.
We talk about Apple here, who puts
I
$1,000.
said real price. Remember, I said real price, meaning they don't want to actually sell you something that's actually worth what they going cost.
Oh gosh,
That's what I mean. Tesla was like, "Fuck it, balls to the wall."
balls deep. We talk
$300
about
$300
balls
charger.
deep.
It costs $250 to make. Balls to the wall.
Man,
Hey, look, if Apple could have made it for $90 and sold it for 300, they'd have done it.
wow. Yes, they would have. Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Go ahead, Brandon.
On the cases, they only last you 6 months.
The case.
Yes, the Apple cases.
If that, mine didn't last 30 days.
Look, I need to start putting cases on my phones. I just put a new one on my Fold 4, but it's bulky. It adds a little bit extra bulk to it.
Edmund, do you want to talk about my witchcraft story?
Your which one?
The witchcraft story.
The witchcraft?
Yeah.
Oh God, where's that, sir? Where's
You've
that?
been hanging out with a Bruja, Brandon.
No, but he knows. Edmund knows what I'm talking about, and he was just about to pull it up.
I think so. Hold on. Which one was it?
Jesus.
Which one was it, Brandon?
The jobs.
Oh. See, that's where I was talking about being controversial. Okay. You talking about the last 3 that I put in the rundown?
Yeah.
All right. Look, I was trying to be nice, dog. I was going everywhere but apparently Brandon wants me to go ahead and just get evil. So
Edmund, I'm gonna go on record on something. Half the Sprint employees will be gone this year.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I mean, hey, at the rate that T-Mobile's laying people off right now and restructuring, hey, I'm surprised that there's anybody from Sprint still in the company.
They will be the first company to. They're literally like Verizon and At&T, where they're slowly closing stores down. But even Verizon has even gone to the point where they close their stores earlier because I don't know.
Yeah, but okay.
I tell you better.
So okay. A lot, guys, give me the floor for one moment, okay? Because I've been, scouring the YouTube, looking at the articles online, and I have a bit of a bone to pick, okay? So this is just me, right? As you can see, T-Mobile is on fierce. So for every little thing that you try to do positive, people are gonna dig up what you're doing negative, right? That's just how it is. So T-Mobile layoffs stack up amid store closures. Store closures, I felt like this was gonna happen regardless. Okay. It was stemming up. You try to stem the bleeding, you try to, curve whatever you're trying to curve. This was gonna happen. T-Mobile, and before the Sprint T-Mobile merger, T-Mobile had a store like every other block, especially in DC. Now, I think I know where 2 stores are in DC now, right? Because their push is in rural area. They don't need all these stores all over the place in the cities anymore. So there's layoffs on top of layoffs on top of layoffs. But my argument is this: if you sit up here and you do, write articles about T-Mobile laying off people, do it for all of them. Where's your bleeding heart? I need your bleeding heart for AT&T employees.
I mean,
too.
Comcast did layoffs a couple of months back, and they did an article.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't get the same fanfare, man. It's the pink.
But there's a difference. T-Mobile actually promised in the merger that they would be jobs.
Yes.
And right now they're getting the finger pointed, saying, "Ha ha ha! You broke your promise."
Promises are made during
but they got caught red-handed.
Promises made during the fact that nobody knew what the economy was going to be like. They made promises. No. Understand? You can't. You can. Do you? Let me ask you a question. If I came to
Edmund,
you and I said, if I came to you and said that,
literally
hey,
got approved during the freaking
yes,
pandemic,
no, all the negotiations happened before the pandemic.
but they were still kissing ass.
Of course, they were gonna kiss ass. What you thought? Look, nobody knew how long we were gonna be in lockdown. They legitimately closed it during the height of the pandemic.
Edmund, I'm just gonna tell you this:
Go ahead.
they're going to raise your pricing. Case closed.
I disagree. I disagree.
Look,
I disagree.
So
Here,
guys,
hold up.
you got
Why?
the merger closed April 1st. Okay, we were
April
still wide
1st.
the fuck open. We were still wide the fuck open. There was nothing shut down yet.
No, really. They was closing things
See?
down slowly.
No, they wasn't here.
No, they
wasn't.
were.
Hey, here
It was
you go.
wide open.
They started closing things in March. It didn't
Exactly.
go. No.
But not
It was
nationwide.
late March. DC closed in late March. Remember,
Bro,
I'm a Uber driver. I remember.
We didn't close shit here till damn near July, dog.
See,
I said,
Florida never shut down. Texas was like 2 middle fingers to you.
Literally, and I'm glad.
But understand, other places did. And guess what? They negotiated, saying that, hey, we're going to do job growth. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. All during the time that, hey, the economy was chugging along. Then all of a sudden you throw a wrench in the economy and you expect promises to be kept when everybody was laying people off.
Edmund, I'm gonna
So
also say
here's my problem with your entire argument right now.
Okay.
T-Mobile is posting record profits. They're having the company is more successful right now than they've ever been.
Right.
And you're telling me that they still need to lay people off, and that this whole mantra of everyone has a seat at the table is just out the window because we went through a pandemic and came out the most profitable company in the wireless industry. Oh no, your argument means nothing, dude. They are sitting here going backwards on their promises.
Definition of profit? What's the definition of profit?
making money.
No, making money after what?
Your expenses.
The expenses.
Okay, so is it the merger still on their books? It's not paid off.
That's true.
Mm.
It's
The
not.
synergies haven't been realized yet.
Technically, nothing they make is actually profit until the debt is paid.
No, Raider, that's gonna be forever, ever.
No,
It's
it
not.
ain't.
No, it ain't.
No,
Forever, Miss Jackson, ever.
Forever.
I just say
Forever?
okay, I give you an example, right? If you make 50,000 a year and you got 10 grand in debt, right? You really only made 40. Now let's take that to billions. You spend, how much was the merger?
It was $26 billion.
Plus debt, right?
Plus debt, yes.
Plus Sprint's debt. They ain't made that yet.
And plus whatever T-Mobile's debt is.
On top of that, that's why I say you can be bringing. I think what you really mean is they had record revenue, but not profit. Profit is what you have after all cost.
If I'm not mistaken, T-Mobile has $90 billion in debt.
There you go. They ain't made that since they've been in business.
But compared to AT&T's like 120, I think Verizon is somewhere in the
they owe more than the
90s.
government.
But let's look though. AT&T's worth $600 billion. Their debt is lower than their value. T-Mobile's debt is not lower than their value. It's damn near the same.
AT&T could right now say, "Let's buy T-Mobile."
Yeah, they're doing their sleep.
Yeah, they can do it.
And still destroy it.
It wouldn't pass. It wouldn't pass regulatory commission.
You would literally have to get the FCC drunk.
Yeah, drunk. No, kidnapped. They would have all up.
How many total employees do the wireless divisions of these companies have?
Oh God,
Hundreds of
that's
thousands.
a good question.
Just in the wireless division for like AT&T.
That's a good question.
Well, speaking of AT&T, they're about to lay off people too.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Hey, look. Here you go. Hold on.
They do. They lay off people
Because
every
I
year.
pulled
They don't miss a year
pulled
without
this
laying off
up.
people.
So AT&T as of 2020, 2021 has 203,000 employees.
Yeah.
I think that's the total company. That's not just the wireless side.
No, that's I don't think we're going to find a breakdown of
Tech, does that include
division.
Mexico?
Yeah, their total employees for the entire company is 203,000. That's not just the wireless. That's the entire company.
So here you
What
go.
I'm saying is that I don't think we're going to be able to find a breakdown.
Well, what I'm saying is
division.
that their wireless employees is actually less than their field employees. That's what I was getting at. So, 203,000, less than half of that is wireless employees.
What's up, Double A? Yeah,
Sprint-
AT&T has too much
Sprint
overhead.
only had 28,000 employees when they were still in business. In the last 4 years, AT&T has laid off 4 times what their Sprint employees were. 4 times as many. Over 70-something thousand employees have been let off from AT&T in the last 4 years.
There you go. So AT&T is getting ready to start doing a $6 billion cost-cutting incentives. And what happens with cost cutting? Reorganization.
Oh, I got an interesting number for you. You know how many employees Verizon has total, all divisions?
How many?
118,000. Half of what AT&T has.
Mm.
T-Mobile actually has more employees than Verizon right now, total. Verizon got more divisions.
Well,
That's
that's
probably why they laying
interesting.
motherfuckers off. Probably why they laying people off.
That's interesting.
No,
But
actually,
not-
Verizon has more. But yeah, T-Mobile's at 75,000 total employees at the moment.
But here's the thing, and this goes back to my original statement though. If you want to be able to compete with all the big boys, and the big boys don't have the same overhead, how do you expect for them to compete?
Ooh, and guess what, too? T-Mobile actually has 41% more employees now than they had post-pandemic.
Because they absorb Sprint.
Well, 28,000 don't. Yeah, I guess yeah. So that's a lot of employees.
Absorbing Sprint and all their absorbing Sprint, all the
So
people
I guess what
that
I'm saying
came with it.
So I get it. They promised they wouldn't. They would create jobs. So I guess what everybody's saying is they should keep open stores even if the stores aren't selling. They should keep employees even if they don't need them. They should just pay them and let them sit at home because they got the merger.
No, but
Apparently.
what I'm saying is that they're not offering these employees alternative means of employment. They're just telling them to kick rocks. That's where I have a problem.
So what I'm saying is, where do they need them then? Where do they need them people? What would be the alternative jobs for these people?
Relocating to a different store in the area that needs the staff.
But remember,
Offering-
all the T-Mobile stores were isolated in the cities. They need
So are
stores
you
in the
seeing
rural area now.
T-Mobile stores understaffed?
I can tell you for a fact that a lot of the T-Mobile corporate stores are understaffed from what I hear internally.
Because I had one here that had like 10 motherfuckers working and only 3 of them knew what they were doing.
Every market is different, but from what I hear from person in management at a T-Mobile corporate store, they are understaffed, grossly understaffed.
Okay, but here's the thing.
So what are you saying is they still have high sales then?
Yeah, they're still performing pretty well.
Oh,
But Ian, I have this question though. Who's more likely to be able to be uprooted? Somebody who works at a local store in a local neighborhood versus, let's say that you are a RF engineer and you have, you're getting paid more money. If all of a sudden that, let's say a Verizon, AT&T needs you to go from, Idaho to Boyd, Iowa, that RF engineer can do that versus some local store person who works in the city.
But yeah, maybe I'm not getting my point across the right way. They're not offering any means of relocation or reemployment with the company. They're just saying, see ya. Whether it would be remote customer service, remote technical support, offer to reload to a different store, whatever. They're just telling these people to kick rocks. When they promised all of these longtime Sprint employees, some of which who worked with that company since before it was even called Sprint, they said, you're going to have a place at the table. and then turn around and stab them in the back.
I understand.
That is
I understand where you're coming from.
the unequivocal problem I have with Mr. Sweaty Armpits and his whole vision of this company.
I understand where you're coming from. My argument is this: is exactly what No Radio has said. What do? Do you just pay them and have them sit around? Because at the end of the day, you're getting judged on how you run your company too.
That's why we
So
use contractors, because we don't have to pay them when there's nothing to do. That's the reason why we do it.
So I mean,
But-
it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Hey, look.
T-Mobile went by that same model for years, having third-party retail contracted out. And then now they're turning around, and I don't know if you guys keep up with all of that, but the whole Metro dealer T-Mobile third-party retail situation is a
I've heard about it.
disaster.
I've
It's a
heard about it.
But that's the
disaster.
point, though. You just proved my point, though. That's the point. The point of contractors is you get to just ditch them and shut them down. That's the whole point of having them. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have contractors. You see what I'm saying? That's why you use contractors. It's because you can just shut them down and it doesn't fucking matter. They're throwaway employees. The word contractor means you can be thrown in the trash at any second.
But there's a
Like
a
I've
lot
worked
of
as a
dealers
contractor and I
who have had-
understood that. Yeah.
No, I understand. I get that on paper that is what the definition of a contractor is. But if you're a seasoned Metro dealer, you have multiple stores and you've been in a business relationship with T-Mobile for however many years, and then they turn around and they screw you.
But that's what you're for. That's literally what you're for. That's why you exist. You exist to be screwed. That's the point.
But Ian, let me ask you this question though. But remember, these contractors have their ability to change their business model anytime they feel like it too. So if T-Mobile internally is showing you that they need to make a rural push and have a rural presence, but you insist on keeping your stores open in the city, like whose fault is that at that point?
We're gonna agree to disagree.
True.
But,
yeah,
T-Mobile has made some very
Mm-hmm.
poor decisions in their image over the last couple months and the last year, I'd say.
I'd say 2 years, because
2 years.
We were hearing about the whole Metro deal 2 years ago.
And I'll bring it up again because I bring it up every time this conversation comes up. I had two good friends. They were both indirect account managers for Sprint. They were promised up and down that they would have a position to come to when the merger closed. 2 weeks before the merger closed, they both got canned overnight.
I understand.
I think when you, but that is the entire telecom industry, though. That's just the way it is. That doesn't change because of some phony promises. That's just what it is. Now everybody should know this from now on. If you are working as a contractor or a third party, you are going to get screwed. There is no situation where you get treated special. You literally exist to be thrown away.
Hey,
these were Sprint corporate employees. They were.
You said outside. That's what I heard you say. Outside.
Well, they were indirect account managers employed by Sprint corporate. That's
hey, EM. Hey, look, man. As a person who's a private contractor myself, I do Uber full time, and I am
to be thrown away.
They literally do everything they can to throw us away.
Yeah,
like literally do everything. Like here you go, give you a nice little piece of it. So early on, Uber needed to try to seed a whole bunch of drivers early on in their existence. So what they did was they partnered up with this bank that went around to dealerships to give drivers cars. I did one of them. So I got a car. The thing was like $300 a week. Okay, way far less than what I was paying as a cab driver at the time. But still, it's still high, right? Owning the car would have been way cheaper for me, right? But I didn't have the resources to do it. But I went into that negotiation knowing that at any time this company could just be like, "Yo, we don't care," and then leave me by the wayside. I was one of the rare people that finished paying that lease off compared to everybody else. People left their cars next to a ditch in the river and told them to go get their car because Uber dropped their prices so low that some people couldn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
But Uber dropped their prices without renegotiating the contracts for the contractors. But they didn't care about the drivers no more. That's why, I might come off as being real cruel But that's exactly what these companies do. Is
You've
they
been
will
through it.
leave you high and dry and hole in the bill.
Yeah. And that's just something you gotta know if you're gonna get
You
into
have
like
to
any
know
kind
that.
of contract thing. You agreed to be screwed from the beginning.
They
I
purposely
understand. I
use
understand that.
contractors.
But when they
Plus, here's the
when they
other
sit
side too,
there
right?
and lie to regulators to get a merger approved, that's where I have a problem.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily think they were sitting there behind their desk lying about it. It's just
They
that
were.
the economical difference happened, and then guess what? At the end of the day, you look at your business and go, "What we need to do to make our business solvent." But if there was no pandemic, I don't think it would have been as bad. You could
So let me
easily
ask you
have
this,
people
right?
transition.
What would be the alternative, right? If T-Mobile said, "Hey, the only way we can get profitable is start laying off people, like to get to our goals, so our shareholders don't desert us," would you say, "Hey, they should just raise everybody's bills so they can keep all these people employed"?
What I'm saying is that if you're going to make eliminations, there should have been a process in place to offer people alternative forms of employment with the company, and then you put the choice on the employee. You can go here, you can take this job, you can
But
apply
what
for
if there?
this.
But I'm asking is, what if there is no here to go to? That's what I'm asking.
But what about all of this expansion that T-Mobile's doing? All of these new retail stores that they're opening in rural places.
It's
What if you?
markets
What
where
if you?
these okay. If you got a city with 50,000 people in it, but where you need people is a city a whole nother state away, you're gonna pay somebody retail employee money to go to another state? Who's taking that? That's all I'm saying.
There's there's a lot of people who will
I
take
don't
reload
know,
for
man.
for a management position in retail. Believe me.
Why would you go from being the grunt to management just because it's a different state?
You would be surprised.
Show
I don't
me
know,
where
man.
Verizon did this. Show me where
Look,
Verizon did this, or
look.
AT&T.
Hey,
My
EM, you
but
used to be
before I left my last job, my general manager relocated from California.
Yeah, but he was a manager. He's already in management, meaning he ain't making base pay. I guarantee you, the first people to go is the least trained people on the bottom, and then they start getting rid of the most high paid managers second. Typically, I've worked in retail before, and that's literally what they did. They got rid of all the unskilled people first, and then they went for the highest paid people and got rid of them second. And everybody in the middle got left because that guy who can't sell, he goes first, and then the other guy who makes too much goes second. The guy in the middle who sells good enough, but he don't make too much money, that's who they keep.
I mean, look, 300 megabits to 99% of California's population by the end of 2026. Bullshit.
Plus, we ain't gonna act
hey.
like retail in general is a good job in the first place in the long term.
No, I'm not saying it is.
But let me ask you this question then. Like you stay in the northern part of the states, right? And then they need somebody in Oklahoma to be for retail to do retail. Would you have relocated?
You going down there for $38,000 to Oklahoma?
No, I'd find a different job.
There you go.
But what I'm but
You said it should have been an option.
I was presented with an option.
I got you.
That's better than
Huh?
nothing. It's
I
better
hear
than
you. I
nothing.
hear you.
You'd make more money going to McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna go to Oklahoma.
but I think you're dramatizing it a little bit. My whole point is that they left a lot of people high and dry. They really did.
Because I'll give you an example, right? You know how during the whole Trump era they talked about how they got unemployment low, right? But what they ignored is that all the people who got employed were still eligible for food stamps
That's true.
because they were getting underemployed. So they were given jobs just so they can just say people had jobs, but then they all still got to get government benefits. It's literally a job that the government's end up paying for. Meaning we pay for it with our taxes, not T-Mobile. Yeah, they can underemploy a whole bunch of people, and then we still end up paying for them people. To me, what's the point of having a job if you still got to get food stamps?
It seems to be more and more people nowadays, but that's another.
That's the point, though. That's people employing people so they can say, "Oh, look at how many jobs were created," and it was a bunch of shitty jobs.
Either way, with the current state of that company, it leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
Oh, I understand. I understand completely. I understand completely.
Red said, at least you can live off of 38,000 a year in Oklahoma. You got a point there, sir. You do
Yeah, but you're
have a point.
When you're paying $6 for a carton of eggs, I don't know about that.
the average
And
price right now is
inflation.
$10. The average price is $10 right now for them eggs.
Yeah, you're telling me with 38 grand a year, you could probably barely afford rent and groceries off of that right now.
Yep. The average rent right now is gonna cost you about 20 grand a year.
Wait,
Look.
why is eggs so expensive right now?
Because you got to transport the mothers.
Avian flu, there was some giant wave of avian flu that killed a bunch of chickens.
Plus, everybody's
Ooh.
getting paid more right now. Everybody's getting paid more money.
Hey, look, every time people get paid more money, everything else goes up. It's just
Freaking
it
Walmart.
happens.
Walmart's paying truck drivers $100,000 right now when they used to pay 60.
I think it's more than 100 no radio.
That's the average. That's the average.
Oh,
Hey, look, I didn't mean to put us in that pigeon-toe hole of a conversation. That's just something I've always like gone back and forth with everybody.
I'm not saying I agree with T-Mobile, but I know how the business works, and this is how it's always been. It ain't gonna change.
Yeah, look, as a person who's a private contractor, look, it's hard for me to it's literally hard for me to go, yo, I feel sorry for you, but yo, this is business too. That's just that I live in that world in between. So that's just always been my point of contention. But so still sticking with cellular, how do y'all feel about this one? Good old Apple is looking to finally rid itself of Qualcomm.
Oh, that's old news.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
old.
not.
That's old.
No,
news.
no,
That
this
is
got reported
old
again.
news. That is like 3 years old news.
No, this
They've
got
been
reported
talking about
again.
this since 2020.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
here's the thing: it's giving a more defined
And but you
time
should be
frame.
talking about the one where they plan on making their displays.
I was getting to that, Brandon. Good God! Yeah, look, can I have a process? Can I have a process?
Like Jackie Chan said in Rush Hour, well, hurry up.
Hey, look, I have to ask these questions to my peoples. You're my people. Hey, how do you feel about this? Yeah, you just said it's old.
Here we go with an even shittier company, Apple.
Oh,
Yeah, Jesus.
oh,
Yeah,
know y'all heard about-
their CEO took a pay cut. He's making $49 billion a year, $1 million a year instead of 85
80.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That means
Seriously.
that he's gonna move to Texas.
Oh,
You know what it is though? They're cutting that cost because of all the shit in China that's going on right now.
yep.
How they've been misusing China for all these years, and the workers are saying, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I will not buy an iPhone with an in-house modem until I see someone extensively test it first, because I'm not wasting my money on that shit.
Hey. We all know what that debacle was when they were using Intel chips on some of them and Qualcomm on the other. But the Intel chips were bad.
They were terrible.
They were terrible. But I mean, here's the thing: they gotta break away somehow. How you gonna do
I'm
it?
not gonna lie to you. The Intel modem was not bad on Sprint.
Oh, the Sprint ones came with the Qualcomm.
But if you
No. That was
actually
on the
no,
iPhone
it was
7.
no.
The 4.
The Intel chips were only doing GSM. The Qualcomm was doing CDMA and GSM.
No, everything after everything after the 8 Plus became only Intel.
Yeah, but when they did the split, the CDMA was Qualcomm.
Yeah, the CDMA was Qualcomm, the GSMs were Intel.
I don't know, man. My iPhone 10s and my 11 Pro performed like garbage on Sprint with the Intel modem.
There you go. In the iPhone 7's actual documentation, Brandon, it clearly states that they couldn't use the Intel modems in the Verizon and Sprint phones because they would not.
Exactly, they were using the Qualcomm. I
That's
said
what
That's what
any
no, no, you,
every
that's what
everything
no. You
seven
just
before.
said that they were using them for for the Intel chips were using on spread. No, you just said that, sir.
No. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
think
Well, when I was
we're
using
getting caught up on a technicality right now.
you're on two different timelines.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. So when I had the XS Max, I had the Intel one. I had the Intel chip. I didn't have no problems with Sprint or the Intel modem. And before that, I had the 6S Plus, and that was Qualcomm. The phone after that was also Qualcomm, but only on the CDMA ones. The GSM ones, T-Mobile and AT&T, those were Intel. And then 8,
Right.
all the phones became Intel.
But like I said, like EM said, these are going to have to be tested thoroughly. Somebody,
Right.
so right now, hey, look, I don't think I'm gonna be the one to be able to do this because that requires buying multiple phones, and my executive producer is already trying to cut my budget. So just remember that
It ain't gonna
Well,
be me. I'll tell you that much. It's not gonna be me.
my executive producer, I'm
Well,
already having
they
troubles
said
now.
2000. Well, okay, so 2000. Yeah.
So we're talking about iPhone. Let's see what 17, iPhone 17. They're talking about switching to their own modem.
I honestly think it's gonna be past 2025.
Like,
Really?
Yes.
Look, man, hold on. Remember, Apple has been trying for over 5 years now, trying to get rid of Qualcomm. Like that, you think they're gonna wait another 5 years? Like they've been really
I give it
actively,
an extra 2 years.
they actively been trying to ditch them.
So here was there's somebody who did an actual test. They set up a 20 megahertz channel and they tested the Intel versus the Qualcomm. At negative 85, the Intel modems were averaging 200 megs while the Qualcomms were getting 400.
Huh?
Yep. And on good signal, the Intel chips were actually worse with good signal than they were with bad signal.
That's weird.
When it got down past negative 125, the Intel and the Qualcomm chips were kind of neck and neck, but then as it got past negative 125, the Intel modem died completely, and the Qualcomm kept going.
Wow.
I don't
Yep.
trust Apple to make a cut. I mean, we're talking Qualcomm has made monumental improvements to their technology over the last few years. And you're telling me Apple's going to come out swinging right away with a better product? I just don't see it.
I mean, here's the thing: haven't we all praised Apple for coming out with like their M1 and M2 chips, and they've probably been sitting on it for a while now. So I feel like that if these reports are starting to surface themselves now, that they must be getting pretty close.
If Apple makes the Intel modem in 2025 on their phone and it fails, I will probably go to Android.
No, you won't. No, you won't, Brandon. Why you telling lies? You
No,
telling
really,
lies, Brandon.
Edmund, I'm
Stop
gonna be
telling
real with you.
lies.
Edmund, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm honestly thinking about going to Android.
Really?
Yes.
And what made
Why
you
I'm
come to this
bored.
epiphany?
He's
I'm
bored.
bored.
Really?
Edmund, the icons are the same from iOS 7.
Oh God.
Got a point.
Hey, look. I recommend you doing the fold, sir. Go to the fold.
No, I'm gonna get the Ultra.
Going deep. Look, Keon always trying to get somebody to go
Go to
fold.
the fold. Go to the
Nobody want to
fold.
do it. Nobody
Hey,
want to
hey,
do it.
Because if I get the Fold 4, I'm gonna be like Chris Tucker stepping up on that laptop. What he tries to.
Hey,
You know
look.
what
You know
really
what?
annoys me about the fold, though, Keon? It still
What
has a
annoys you?
smaller battery than the fucking Ultra, dog.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
what? Why?
And the camera is still better on the Ultra.
Well, you know what? Speaking of,
But I would imagine in the long run, it will be better.
how about get this one, Brandon?
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and just jump up and get the Galaxy S23. So we already some leaks, some picture leaks have already came out for the February 1st launch event. So
It's basically just a 22 again.
Yeah, multiple cameras though. We talking about
It's the
five.
same. It's the same amount of cameras. What are you talking about?
Oh,
That looks like
there's
a
five
chocolate
cameras.
chip phone.
It's the same, bro. Look up a S22. Dog, it's the same phone. The biggest
Oh,
thing is the
God.
processor is going to be much better in the S23.
Mm,
Is the battery still the same?
the
Probably.
battery might still be the same. I mean, I haven't really seen many battery issues, so
So
the
it'll
battery
be
probably gonna
announced
stay
in
the
2
same.
weeks.
Hey, there you go. Trading. What you technically are ready to be traded in? Aren't you on like a 11?
No, I'm on the 12 Pro Max.
Yeah, you're ready.
Dude,
You're ready to
honestly,
go.
even though I'm like bored of the iPhone, the iOS ecosystem, the iPhone 12 Pro Max is still a really good phone.
Look, even Austin said, "Stop lying." Even Austin
He
said,
said you.
"Stop
He
lying."
said you know you like them apples. How you like them apples?
That's why I got rid of my icons there on my home screen anyway. Then what the hell do you use, Siri? to, to get to the icons?
I'm just saying, man. Hey, look. I mean, if you're gonna stick with the candy bar style phone,
Wait. Did they make a 1 terabyte Galaxy?
I think they make a 512 one, but then you can expand it to 1 terabyte with memory.
No, you can't.
No, they got rid of
No,
that
you can't.
Oh, they got rid of that option. Never
a long
mind.
time
that is-
ago.
Long time ago.
What?
Yeah, the S20 was the last phone with a memory card slot.
Yeah.
Ew.
It was
It's
it was
not
a it was the
fair.
S20 or the S10.
As far as these new phones are concerned, they could be the exact same phone as last year, and I think they'll sell just fine. The S22s, I had no complaints about the S22s. They were all really good phones.
They're saying there is going to be a 1 terabit S23 Ultra.
Mm.
Yep, there will be a 1 terabit model.
Brandon doesn't believe in the cloud, so he has to store all his photos from childbirth on his phone.
He still got pictures from inside the
Before
uterus. What you talking
childbirth.
about?
No radio.
Brandon got a picture with the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck.
Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Look at this. Look, mom is already trying to kill me. Look at it. Look. She already trying to kill me.
What's this blue shit I'm floating in?
It's dark.
You gotta capture that with the HDR. You gotta use that night mode in the womb.
Oh man. But yeah, Brady, he wants that 1 terabit. Bad.
I just don't like to worry about space.
I understand. That's
Uh,
what the
Like,
cloud is for.
like a lot of the time when I tell my friends, do not be that cheap person that buys the 128 gigabyte iPhone or whatever the hell you're gonna buy.
I'm that
Because
cheap
in the
person. That's
long
what I
run,
bought.
you're going
Well,
to
I
be
don't
deleting
have that
memories.
problem, Brandon, but I do believe in taking my shit off my phone and putting it somewhere else. If I really want to keep something that bad, I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I'm that person also.
But a
I don't
lot of the
keep-
times already, most of these people still don't want to pay for cloud storage.
I'm not even talking about cloud.
Oh,
I got a
wait, what were
perfectly
you
good
saying?
NAS. Perfectly good NAS for that, sir.
They won't buy that either.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, but
But you know what? I'm telling you, I won't believe it till I see it. Brandon, I can't even get
but
you.
Emmy,
Look, I
going
can't
back to
even
what I
get
was
you.
saying, going back to what I was saying earlier, the Ultra is a really, really nice phone. I would get that before I get the Fold. I think the Fold is still in its early days.
I believe it. Hey, look, I'm what you call a bleeding edge person who uses technology right at the edge, man. Like that's just how I've always been. So,
Well,
but hey, look,
I need a full size 6.8 screen on the outside, and that's when they'll get me in the door.
Ooh.
oh,
That's asking for a lot.
Hey,
That's what I
Samsung,
need.
you hear what he said? Samsung,
That's what I need. Otherwise,
what
it
he
ain't happening,
said?
Captain. Because I'm not gonna be unfolding that thing in every situation, and I don't want no tiny ass screen.
Mm.
Yeah, fair point.
I agree with you. I've been said that the screen need to fold on the outside instead of the inside.
Well, I don't want that either because that thing's gonna break too easy.
Oh,
No, radio. What do you think of the flip?
last week, what was it? LG was showing
Dude,
that they can fold theirs inside and outside.
The Flip is an almost perfect phone, except for the fact that it has a tiny ass battery.
It's the only reason I got rid of mine.
Yeah, if it had a bigger battery, I'd have got a Flip. It's got the same chip,
Mm.
and the outside screen is still pretty damn big. It's bigger than that fold outside screen.
That's true. That's what bothers me about the fold is the outside screen. You insist on me having this outside screen, but yet it's not big enough to really be usable. Like I can use it to check stuff and type and send text messages, but it's not viable. That was my problem. That's why I want my screen on the outside, so it dual use, and I don't have to have multiple screens I got to worry about. But that's just me. But speaking of
Yeah,
screens,
6.7 inches, so it's only 0.1 difference from an ultra screen size on the Z Flip.
come here.
What's the next article?
Oh, the one you were telling me to go to.
The Brujas.
That's not the Brujas.
I'm surprised Mexico don't got a soccer team named the Brujas yet.
Not the Brujas.
Yeah, the Brujas, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
we originally talked about this one. We were asking where they're gonna get these streams from.
I mean, Magic.
Well, Apple is reportedly working on a touchscreen MacBook Pro. Hey, Austin, how do you feel about that?
You know what Austin's gonna say? He don't care. He don't need it.
we need to get Austin in the room.
Hey, look,
We need some Al Roker in here.
Just like Kia, you try to give somebody a Windows. Look, let's just be real, right? Try to give somebody a Windows laptop right now that doesn't have a touchscreen. They'll look at you like you're
they'll
crazy.
look at you like you crazy.
They be like, "What you mean you ain't got a touchscreen on that thing?
Man,
You're one of these kids." They'll look at you like you're nuts.
No radio. My brother and my sister. Look, both my brother and my sister, and I don't label them as a tech person, people, right? So they called me up and asked me what I think. Do you know what their requirements were when they asked me? They're like, it has to have a touchscreen and folds. Touchscreen and fold.
Yep. At this point, that's a standard feature to me. Touchscreen on a laptop is standard to me now.
Hold on.
It ain't even special anymore. Yeah,
Austin.
somebody I know had, bought their child a laptop, and that's the first thing the child said to him after Christmas is like, the touchscreen ain't working. Because they got him one that didn't have a touchscreen. They was just like, the little kid was pissed.
What is
This
this?
is like a little 7-year-old, dog. Little 7-year-old was pissed.
What is this? I can't get you with this.
He asked me about it because he was like, yeah, I'm going to have to take this one back, get her a different laptop, man. Which one should I get?
I can't get jiggy with this. Man.
I'm going to first throw some shade at Brandon. Brandon, you don't know how to make widgets on your home screen on an iPhone? Come on, man.
Dude, I do, but they just
I got
take
rid
up
of
too much of the screen.
The day iOS brought widgets on the home screen, I got rid of them icons quicker than you could ever go out and get an iPhone.
But not every icon has a widget. I mean, not every app has a widget.
That's true.
That's true. That's where I make my shortcuts.
And then even for example, like they're just too damn big.
You do tiny widgets. You can do big widgets.
The iOS home screen UI is clunky and
it is.
Wastes so much space. The shortcuts app sucks. The widgets that are built into iOS suck. You cannot. Brandon is completely right. Like it's not even worth trying to make widgets that are comparable to Android on iOS.
Literally, you have to put all your widgets to way on the left side of the freaking phone.
iOS is just poorly. There's so much wasted space on your home screen. It's ridiculous.
I'm just saying something. That comes from the fact that people who are on iOS from the beginning got malcontent. They got content with it. Was like, hey, it's okay. I really don't need it. Instead of looking at the competition across from you and going, well, why do their widgets look better? For a time there, I would hear people who were on Apple products and like, well, I don't need widgets. And then all of a sudden, you finally got the clock widget. You were like, oh man, I can't believe this thing works.
Dude, when people look at my phone, they're like, how did you do that? How did you do that? I didn't know my phone could do that. And I'm like, oh, you poor Apple person.
Now you poor Apple person.
Literally, they love
Yeah.
Apple, but they don't know how to use a damn phone.
Exactly. Every single time I would have a difficult customer having issues, it was always people with iPhones.
They
And so
don't know how to use their phone
that's
on
why
radio.
that's why the argument that it's simple and it just works used to annoy me, because I get it. There are things that are simple and just work, right? But the majority of people don't even know how to work that shit.
Ugh.
Like, if your favorite thing about the phone is some shit you don't know how to do, that's hilarious to me. I love this. Show me. I don't really know how to do it.
Like
That
the
America-
most asked question about the freaking damn phone is iCloud.
It's funny. It's funny we mentioned this. I know someone that has a Samsung, and they called me up to set up a Verizon cell booster.
Uh-huh.
That
I've
don't
never
really
set
matter
one
based
up,
on
and
what phone
I
you-
was 30
What's that got
miles
to do
away
with the
and it set
phone?
it up.
They don't have nothing to do with the phone, though. That's the booster
Yeah.
you're setting up.
Yeah, but you probably are you using a phone to set up the booster though?
I don't know what they were using. That's just stupidity at that rate.
But hey, look, so Austin.
I'm
so
not
Austin,
saying Android people
the
are
reason why
smarter.
the reason why I brought you in, I looked at your videos. You are an Apple enthusiast, sir. How do you feel about Apple possibly moving to a touchscreen MacBook Pro?
Get rid of iPad OS and you have a deal.
Ooh.
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm tired of the
That's
bullshit.
not happening.
Hold on. Let me finish. Why? I'm tired of the bullshit padding that's on iPad OS. Do you want to talk about shitty icons? Look at iPad OS and talk to me later.
Ooh.
Smoke in the
Apple?
building. There's
Apple.
smoke in the building.
Good job, boy. He come in with the guns ablazing.
No, but like
No. iPad
no,
OS
but
14
the
they
iPad
had
is
well.
good, but I just hate the keyboard.
Brandon, stop.
What do you mean you hate the keyboard?
I guess I'm just a type of person where I just want
You
to
like
touch the screen. I
Chromebooks
don't want to
now,
have
too.
to buy accessories.
Hey, Brandon, guess what? I heard rumor on the street you like Chromebooks now.
Oh no.
No.
Hey.
Oh, snap.
Brandon, you like Chromebooks?
Hell no.
Hey, the radio. How
Edmund, that's the ball you throw Mitchell.
Hey, the radio. How those little squirrels in the Sahara do? Like their heads pop up out of the ground. Chromebook.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy who works in the Google department for Chromebook, I guarantee you he's at his desk every night with a glass of whiskey with a gun to his head, just thinking about ending it all.
Not.
Using Windows.
No, he's not.
He's thinking about ending it all tonight.
Hey,
Oh.
Brandon, what do you think about them killing off iTunes finally?
Oh.
Yeah, excited
iTunes
about time we have
getting
a
the axe.
How they gonna make USB tethering work?
Yes, USB tethering doesn't work without iTunes.
No, they're getting rid of it. They're bringing the Apple Music like the Mac has. They're bringing Apple TV. They're bringing Apple Device Manager like Apple Configurator is on the Mac.
They won't bring Apple TV to Android, but they'll bring it to
bringing all that
Windows.
to Windows. It's already in preview testing right now.
Yo, look,
killing off
I don't know.
iTunes.
Look, I had to discover the fact that I needed iTunes to tether, and people who had iPhones way longer than me.
They're getting rid of Keon. They are literally previewing it right now, testing it. They are getting rid of it. They're killing off iTunes. I'm for that.
Keon figured out how to tether. We got to end this all tonight.
Yeah. Yo, I just figured this out, and then all of a sudden, I'm just now trying to
It's
pass
more-
the knowledge around. They're gonna get ready to kill it.
And not gonna lie, I'm very happy that they're killing off iTunes. Very happy for it.
I am devastated.
Oh, poor Brandon, you Apple user, get out of your wet paper bag.
No,
What
like
did
I
they
literally
do?
use iTunes on my computer.
Now you have your own dedicated
But
Apple Music app.
he's right. Brandon uses a Windows computer, so that's what I'm saying. Like these apps are gonna have to be just
No,
as
like
good
I literally use my
on
computer
Windows.
to back up my phone
That-
and listen to music.
That's what the
And-
Apple Device Manager is. It's literally Apple Configurator on the Mac. It literally is. So you
But I
can
don't have
literally
a Mac.
update, backup, No, you hush for a moment and listen.
I have a Bill Gates.
Yeah, get the car key out of here also. Maybe you might need to use that to unlock a safe to get to your Android Galaxy S22 Ultra.
No, he is a Windows user. I know.
But they're literally bringing the equivalent of Apple Configurator on Mac OS over to Windows. It's called Apple Device Manager, which then you can update. You can
Now,
control
let me
it
ask you
like
a
a
question.
business.
Is this going to end up being like multiple different apps, or is this going to be one app that rules them all?
No,
What style are we talking?
they literally split up iTunes like they did with Mac OS 11.
So they take so that means that Apple's going to exist in multiple places on my laptop now. That's not good.
It's better than the crappy iTunes that literally is bloated in fucking bullshit. Sorry, I hate iTunes. I couldn't wait for it to die on macOS, and I'm glad it died on Windows.
have to agree with
Now y'all
Austin.
actually get a good treatment.
I have to agree with Austin.
You know what should die,
Y'all
bro?
actually get good treatment.
iTunes was
we've
awful.
been dealing with this on macOS 11, and now y'all are getting the same treatment that we got on macOS 11. It's about time that Apple actually paid tribute to Windows.
Bro, I hope Norton dies.
Norton is not gonna die, Brandon.
Norton woke up dead. What are y'all talking about?
That's exactly why I said that.
It hung
Woke
on the
up- it
umbilical
woke
cord
up
on
in
its
a
way out the
coffin.
womb. It didn't make it out the womb.
Yeah.
Take McAfee right along with you.
Oh, I hate
No,
McAfee.
matter of fact, it was aborted.
Oh God, no radio. Oh
It
God.
crawled out. It crawled out the trash can behind Planned Parenthood.
But focusing on the actual topic, I
Uh-huh.
personally think the MacBook Pro is going to destroy the iPad sales.
But see, that's the danger.
It costs more. Though,
And I also believe Apple is going to cut down.
There's a YouTube channel called Painfully Honest Tech. He did a video on why the iPad needs to die, and I agree with it.
Well, I think that there's still going to be iPad, but they're going to shrink the number of iPads on the lineup.
But hold on,
Yes,
Austin.
but Brandon, the iPad sales are
Brandon.
already down. So
They're already down.
That's probably why they're trying to do it now, because the iPad sales are already lower than ever.
Now, this is a
But
rumor.
they're also trying to make a larger iPad screen.
But this is a rumor, FYI.
Uh-huh.
And I've already told a few people about these rumors that this is why I don't cover rumors on my channel, because
Hey, I talk about rumors, doggone it. I live in them.
yeah, well,
Speculation is
you
fun.
live and die by rumors. That's you. The only thing is this.
Austin, I'm psychic.
Congratulations! You want a cookie?
Yes, I want one from Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
But hey,
Chick-fil-A mental sauce.
Oh,
see, I knew y'all give y'all a little bit of a rope. Y'all hang yourselves with it. Look, the question at hand is this: people want portability, okay? So they like the
people want
idea
portability, and like
people
you
like the
always say,
idea
they
of an
want
iPad.
cheap.
No, people like the idea of portability, but they don't want to pay the price for portability though.
Like the people that buy iPads are literally the ones that like to touch the damn screen without a keyboard.
Brandon, I disagree with you.
Okay, so if you give a 4-year-old a tablet,
why am I going to spend $300 on a 4-year-old? That's the first question.
You'd be
Well,
surprised, sir.
you would probably
You'd be
put an
surprised.
OtterBox or something like that.
That's them. I mean, me personally, no.
I just got a free tablet for my son. That's what I did.
Hey,
From T-Mobile, baby.
hey, look. Understand? I would never buy my child anything that much. You getting the hand downs.
And
Hands
man,
down.
That's exactly
the
my
first thing
point.
you'd buy your child, bless his heart, is a Chromebook,
Yes,
and he would probably destroy it.
and he'll get another one and keep destroying those.
So there is a iPad mini here in the studio. It's running iOS 15 or iPad OS 15, whatever you want to call it, with all the stupid padding. It's the iPad mini 4, no longer updated. Every time my niece comes up here, she's 11. She comes up here. That's her iPad. Her mom did agree with me that she doesn't need to take it home with her because she's still irresponsible. But when she's up here, that's her iPad.
Look, my only thing is this: is people do like portability, but you're able to give them the option to be able to be portable and be productive. That's what they really want. I mean, it's kind of like I said, it's hard to justify having two different items that cost almost $1,000 each.
Yeah.
Okay, Brandon, I got a challenge for you. I know where this is going to end. Would you want a $1,200 device with a keyboard and touchscreen, or a $2,200 device with a touchscreen and keyboard?
Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat that again.
Oh my God. Would you like a $1,200 device with touchscreen and keyboard, or a $2,200 device?
2,200.
That's the iPad.
Then there you go. They just need to go ahead and
No.
cannibalize their
Really? Just went for the iPad.
No.
They need to go ahead and cannibalize that
Mine would
line.
be more. It would.
Freaking iPad.
Huh?
You literally just went with the iPad. The $2,200 device is the iPad Pro. 2 terabytes of storage.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
what's
would
the-
get,
what's
but
the
I
other
would.
device?
I wouldn't buy the keyboard.
What's the other device?
MacBook Air if it had a touchscreen.
We're
Oh,
not
I
talking
would buy
about
the
MacBook Air.
Pro.
We're talking about the MacBook Pro with a touchscreen, not MacBook Air with a touchscreen, sir.
No, but
Well,
he's
even
comparing.
then, even then, you could have literally a MacBook Pro. The 13-inch is like $1,300.
No, it's not.
The
Well, I mean,
13
it probably
Pro,
is,
yes,
but
sir.
you're probably doing like the 128 gigabytes or whatever.
256.
Hey, Speed Tech, I agree with you, sir. Get a Chromebook. But go ahead.
All right. Hold up. Let me insert my piece here.
Go ahead.
So Apple has been trying for years and years and years to get people to use the iPad Pro as a comparable replacement for a laptop, right? That's been their whole shtick. That's their whole shtick. iPad Pro it's like a laptop. It's like a laptop. In order for you to get the same laptop form factor with an iPad, you do have to spend $2,300 on the 12.9-inch iPad. You got to buy the Magic Keyboard. I would assume you would get the Apple Pencil. All of that totals out to $2,300, and you still don't have a laptop equivalent OS to go along with all of that money that you're spending.
Yep.
It's time for the iPad to say goodbye. At least the Pro lineup. The Pro lineup needs to get. They need to get rid of it.
Here's the thing.
A waste of money.
They end up making the Mac OS compatible for ARM. So all they gotta do is just put the Mac OS on an iPad and then keep all those accessories, and people will gobble it up.
Put the touchscreen able display on the fucking Mac and call it a day.
Exactly.
Look, that's it.
That's all they need.
The iPad just needs to go like the iPod Touch.
Well, that's just Apple. That's just Apple prolonging something they shouldn't be prolonging. That's it.
Now, there's one thing I gotta say. If Steve Jobs was alive today, and this is a hot take, but I quote John Prosser here. He said it back in 2019. If Steve Jobs was alive today, Apple wouldn't be where it's at today. They would be dead.
Do you think so?
I have to agree.
Yes, they would. Because the
That man would literally buy a gun and kill
the same
himself.
guy, and this is a touchy subject with me, but the same guy, Steve Jobs, was stubborn enough to not go get his cancer looked at before he died.
I mean, he was pretty. If I remember correctly, he was pretty like hard stance on the MacBook never having a touchscreen.
You know, he was
Yeah.
pretty hard stance on not even having a stylus. Okay, you see how fast Apple reneged on that.
But you gotta also
Apple-
remember he stepped out of the industry before before 2-in-1s and touchscreen laptops became the norm. Like-
In the perfect world, we would have hoped that he would have adapted and been like, you know what? There's something to this. In perfect world.
Yeah.
If only.
No, but him handing the company over to Tim Cook was probably the better smart thing he would have ever done to save this company.
Hold on, what did SpeedTech say? They need a MacBook with cellular too. Yes, I've been saying this forever.
Wait. MacBooks don't have cellular?
No. No.
What is the Jesus name is going on in that company?
Well, if you can find me a Windows laptop that has the same connectivity as the iPad Pro, I'd be impressed. Because I can tell you there aren't any.
There's not many, but hey,
No,
there's
none. There's literally none.
I would like to add that
Bro, all
Chromebooks
the
have
cellular
cellular.
computers that the sheriff's office has on Verizon's network here don't even get service, but my iPhone does, and I laugh at them.
Hey, Chromebooks got cellular.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Just remember that. I want y'all to remember that. Thank you very much.
But the iPad Pro, for all intents and purposes, has probably one of the best cellular capabilities out of all the tablets out there. If Apple just took that, slapped it in a MacBook, I would buy it tomorrow. I'd buy 6 of them. I'd buy 6 of them. 7 of them, one for each day of the week.
You ready for
Yeah,
the
literally.
controversy? You know what the controversy is? There are laptops that have the cellular. Here's the problem. They're all ARM. That have the full cellular suite, they're all ARM. And
Yeah.
that ain't ready for the real time yet.
and
That ain't ready for the real world yet. So
and here's another thing. If you get a Mac with the cellular,
That's what's up, SpeedTech.
the carriers are not going to like the end of that, because here's what happens. The network sharing, you can turn your Mac into a Wi-Fi router. The carriers will hate that for the loving life of them, because at T-Mobile, I'm calling you out here, it will trash your home internet box, especially that 16-inch MacBook Pro. I used that with the tether of the hotspot to a Lightning to USB-C cable when Xfinity failed me on Friday night, and it powered my mother's TV in the living room and powered the whole house with At&t wireless internet hotspot through those phones.
So you hotspotted your T-Mobile line?
No, I said At&t. I did At&t Lowe's
AT&T.
mobile line because it had unlimited hotspot data, and then I turned on network sharing with the Mac and turned my Mac into a Wi-Fi router.
Oh, okay.
That 5 gigahertz router is so powerful. When you're sitting next to it, it actually will cause really bad jitter. I had to walk to the next room to get a stable speed. It was because there was so much interference when I was right next to it.
Well,
I
your
want you to
Mac
tell
was
me if
putting
you
out-
guys have ever heard of any of these laptops before.
Hold on, let me look. I've seen them, but I Lenovo ThinkPad. I know the Lenovo's,
This laptop
I did
is
say-
three years old,
the Flex.
and they're all ARM-based CPUs, every single one of them. And
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, nobody's buying these for like productivity-based work.
They buying it to watch Netflix. I want to watch Netflix on a bigger screen.
And that is this. I don't want to go on a tangent here, but this brings me to like my biggest gripe with the current like consumer hardware that's available right now. All this capacity on the wireless networks, all of this great new technology that would be perfect for a mobile application on a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is making them. You can't even get a USB modem anymore. Like a 5G USB modem that you could just stick right into your
absolutely
laptop.
right, dog. You absolutely right. I haven't seen those in a long time. You
But
if you
at
had
the
the
same
laptop with
time-
the expandable, like the expansion port,
Yeah.
You used to be able to just grab one of those things and stick it inside your laptop easy.
But that gray area is most people don't need that much data on the go, and almost everybody has freaking hotspot on their phones. That's the gray area.
That is the gray area.
Everybody
Now I
has
gotta say,
hotspot.
now I gotta say this: when Xfinity had its outage because of a power failure, Friday night due to a windstorm here, Verizon didn't go down anymore. I think they switched backhaul.
They probably got backup generators going on.
Oh, wait,
No,
wait,
no,
Austin. Wait, Austin. What Xfinity went down? Residential service?
the whole town.
You sure?
Because even my
I'm
friend that runs
Just remember,
the business,
cell tower
he
is
runs
going to
the
be on
business.
private fiber. It's not going to be on a cable node, meaning all the cable nodes could be dead, and that fiber is still going to have light
Still
because the hub is still
be
going to have
live.
power.
It
You
must
go
be its
tell me
own.
Xfinity.
It
You
must
go
be.
tell me
It must
Xfinity
be.
hubs don't have generators. Is what you're telling me. They don't have generators at their hubs.
No, it went down, and they had to come back out and fix it. I got an email.
I can promise you,
You're
their
still,
hubs,
you're
their
still,
hubs
you're
have
still talking about.
generators.
You're still talking about residential service. I'm saying is the fiber doesn't need power on location. If the hub has power, the fiber's still alive. It's just the actives in the field on the residential side will be dead because they get their power locally. They don't get their power from the hub.
And
Fiber, I guarantee you, the fiber was still on.
even if there's transport equipment at the cell site, it's on backup power.
That's my point.
Right.
That just you can't say the residential's down, so the cell tower's down. They don't even go together.
Yeah, they're two
They're
separate networks.
they're two separate networks.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with each other. I guarantee you, the hub has generators. I guarantee it. I bet money on it.
I don't know how 2 months ago magically Verizon had no service when Hurricane Nicole or Tropical Storm Nicole.
Yeah, but you're assuming that that Comcast was at fault. You don't know for a fact.
We're gonna need
Bro,
you to
this is
go
what I
out
want to
there
do
and
to a
verify.
Chromebook. This is what I
Oh,
want to
God.
do to a Chromebook.
And
What are you
we
about to
say,
do?
and we segue.
Get your little punk ass up out of that chair.
Oh
Bro,
no.
hold on. You were talking about this Chromebook having cellular, and you made my slot machine start losing, man. The hell's going on with this situation?
Oh shoot!
What's
Right
up,
now,
man?
right now I'm losing. I was on a winning streak. Then I hear this bull, man. Now I'm losing.
Oh.
That's some bull,
Carlos,
bro.
what's your take on MacBooks having cellular modems?
Bro, you know what, man? They're years behind already.
I mean, you got hotspot.
I gotta sit here and rock a Lenovo Flex X13s Verizon version to be able to have damn cellular on a laptop.
I'm saying, Carlos. What I'm saying.
I'm Team Lenovo too, Doc.
Hey,
I'm team.
Yeah, bro. Now
issue me a cellular laptop.
Look at all this bull, bro. Look at all this bull. Now my slot machine is broken. Talking all that Chromebook crap. Man, it's some bull, man.
Oh shit!
Contaminated my slot machine, man.
His slot machine.
yeah.
The director of over Chromebook is over there playing Russian roulette with himself right now.
Oh God, leave that man alone.
He got one foot in the gut.
Remember, sir, you got one fan out here. I'm a fan of you, sir. Just remember that I'm a fan of Chromebooks, and you're doing a great job for me.
Hey, yo, Keon, guess who's gonna be my next sponsor, man?
What's gonna be?
I'm gonna
have to be rocking the thong, bro, because Mint Mobile sponsored my channel, bro.
What? Oh man.
And they're about to be bought out by T-Mobile. Out.
Oh man.
Hey man.
But,
hey, you know, if you can't beat them, convert them.
You know what, bro? And it's the only reason why I'm doing it, bro, is because the YouTube AdSense is so down, bro, that you know what, man? I don't want people to have to. I don't want to feel pressure from I don't want to give pressure to nobody, so I'd rather take the money, bro. And they said I could be open about it. I could keep it 100.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
Man.
Congrats.
I have a Mint Mobile line over here.
Hey, I'm gonna have affiliated link here next week, so don't worry. You got
That's what's
the
up.
sponsorship, man. Yeah,
Is it a
Yo, that's
nice
what's
chunk
up,
of
man.
change?
crazy, bro. But at least they said I can keep it 100, bro.
Hey, I mean, hey, I respect your honesty, dog. I talked to you about it. We have a differences of opinion.
Keon just likes T-Mobile.
I do like T-Mobile. I never hear that back from nobody.
You should try Mint Mobile.
I've never heard that from anybody.
Hey, Keon. I've heard Mint Mobile would lower your bill. I think it's a good option for you.
Nah, I still need all the data I can get, man. I don't want to hit 50 gigs and all of a sudden I get thrown into the bucket.
It's 35.
That too, even worse.
You get throttled after 35 on the
I
unlimited
go back
plan.
and look at
Unless they changed it since July.
my data usage. It makes me cry. I'm like,
Bro,
oh
I don't
God,
even look at
I
my
did
data
that.
usage. I have unlimited. I don't need to look
I
at it.
always use over 50 gigabytes every month.
I could not be speed testing, and I use close to 100.
Mm.
No radio should say something here.
What? No, radio lives inside of data. What are you talking about?
He uses it a lot.
I think the radio's on break right now.
I don't care so much about speed tests anymore, so I'm not using as much data.
Bro.
Yep.
Mm.
You know, man. This is what I've been telling, bro, and I'm glad that Sneed is trying to listen it up when they agrees with me on this, bro. Not about the speed test, bro. It's about time to content, baby. Time to content. How long does it take for you to load that page? How long does that load for you to load that video and skip ahead? And how long does it take to redeem itself? That's what's more important than a speed test, bro. Because you can have the fastest speed on any network, bro. But what's the point of having 1 gig, 2 gig, 3 gig down if that thing takes 30 seconds to load when you know it should take a snap of a finger? You feel me?
I feel you.
Even
But hey, you know what? You can also say it depends on the device too, because you could be on a good network, but the device could be lagging behind too.
Bro, I've been doing time to content testing with the guys when they were here, bro, and we have multiple devices, hotspots, laptop, with the laptop modem to switch because I have two, I have a Samsung laptop and then the Lenovo laptop that I use, the SIM cards, same modem, same everything, we tried it with multiple networks, everything, bro, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. When it acts up on one network, it doesn't matter what device you use, either network, it's gonna act the same on all devices all across.
No, I believe it.
You mean the time I was sitting in the Wendy's in my town and I had full service and ultra capacity and it literally took 45 seconds to load YouTube's app.
Bro,
that was torture. I literally go back on Verizon. It was on band 13 and it load faster. I was like, man, that hurt my soul.
Let's put it this way, bro. I feel vindicated now. The guys that were here, and a lot of them they love T-Mobile, bro. So I feel vindicated that they tested it and they see what I saw compared to what Tech Extreme these nuts be putting out, showing the speed test. And I feel vindicated.
You're gonna kick that man off the internet, right?
You made that man quit YouTube.
You made that man quit the internet, dog. You single-handedly made him quit the internet.
The chat.
Bro, you know what?
Because I made him quit. Like, you get off the internet.
I feel vindicated now that the guys got to test and see the reality and stuff. They see the reality, not just the speed test. They saw how it actually performed. And that's what it's about, guys. It's just being real. I don't care what network it is, bro. Some networks, some areas T-Mobile actually, it works the best. In some areas, At&t actually works the best. And it's all about, bro, that time to content, bro. That's very important, man. And I just wish people would look at that more than just a damn speed test, man. Ookla has made it such a redundant that's all that matters. That it's freaking insane, man.
Look, speed testing is just one of many testing features that you could try to do. I mean, understand, like, for people like myself in, like, let's say speed tech and anybody else who goes around and speed
Oh, you mean
testing.
Mr. Packet Law?
Hey, look, the problem you run into is there's not that many tools available to everybody to be able to do. Like, especially on iOS, I only got like 3 or 4 tools on iOS in comparison to like 6 or 7 on Android.
But Keon, but it's not about app tools, bro. It's just the simplest thing. Open up your web browser and load Google.com, load AOL.com, load whatever .com, T-Mobile.com. Load.
Yeah.
Open up the YouTube app, load up your videos on your channel. See how long it takes for it to go on the highest resolution.
I run those same tests, and I show exactly how long it takes to download packets on what is it, the test files. Those test files, you can see exactly what the amount of data is throughput for that download. I do those also. Imperv does a series of tests that simulates opening websites, doing videos. That I understand that I do those also. Speed testing is not just only one single solitary measurements that you should use when you're trying to test. I mean, I agree with you. Hey, look, different. Like, here you go. The Google itself, the website Google.com has its own built-in speed testing. So I use that one also. I have 3 different places that you can check how well your connectivity is across the board. It's all about how you diversify your testing.
It's just like where I am. There's a speed island in my town. When I force
The
a video
Bengals
to
just
start
won.
Nice.
Do what?
I was just saying the Bengals just won in spectacular fashion.
Ooh, nice.
But like, where 5G ultra wideband is, I force a video to load in 4K. I go to advanced and force the video to load in 4K, and then when I go off of that site and hand off to one that only has band 66 and band 13, only LTE tower in my area, it doesn't buffer.
Depends on your plan.
If I try to load that video again on 4K when I'm only on that LTE site, then yeah, the cap hits.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I just learned this from No Radio that when you use a VPN on Verizon, it literally bypasses the speed restriction.
But look, this is another thing too. When you okay, so the carriers have they put their video whatever, but bro, like Boost Infinite, bro, okay, it's 1.5 meg, right? So
Right.
guess what? I was showing the guys the other day. I was had good signal with AT&T. Bro, I was loading 4K 60 frame content, and I could skip ahead and it wouldn't buffer. It would load instantly on Boost Infinite. So
I've been saying that you can't trust fast.com.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, I understand.
I've caught videos on Verizon's LTE suddenly caching at 60 Mbps.
Oh look, hey look, I don't
nowhere.
pay for the what is it, the HD package on my Verizon line, but I can load 4K video from YouTube on it. So YouTube, what is it? YouTube and Google and whoever else that wants to partner with Verizon, they do give leeway on their network for certain things. So I'm just saying, like, hey, it's not, you don't just use it only solely as your testing medium. I mean, you have to diversify your testing mediums.
Yeah, I will say this: when I was in an area where it was LTE only at the family's house for Thanksgiving during the day, it wouldn't load stuff in 1440p or 4K. But as it became nighttime and the network traffic disappeared off of that tower, when it was like 10 o'clock at night, it was playing 4K perfectly fine.
What you should do, Keon,
Mm-hmm.
don't speed test until you have trouble.
Don't speed test until you run into a problem.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
I mean,
I
you
agree
got.
too.
I mean, it's the best way to find out how well that area is running.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, look, if you're in a city like with me being in Washington D.C., downtown area is on lockdown for pretty much all the networks. I mean, Verizon is pumping up all their sites. AT&T is doing the same. I mean, like, what was it? I had 5 carrier aggregation going on with AT&T, and it was pushing like 300 in the middle of the day. So, I mean, understand the inner cities are not the problem anymore. It's the rural areas. That's the problem you're gonna be running into now. Driving along, all of a sudden you got data, then bam, it drops out.
Like when I was going on I-75, going all the way down to Fort Myers, I was having no problems with AT&T. It was playing perfectly fine over the hotspot, and I was watching stuff on an iPad. And
Wait,
it was
wait,
glorious.
Keon, you're talking about the areas where I'm on 5 megahertz of band 71 LTE only, and if I move my phone off my dash, it drops to no service. You're talking about those areas?
We talk about those.
Oh,
Yes, sir. We talk about those areas, sir.
Brutal.
Hey,
that's
give them
brutal.
hell.
I hate that.
Those
Give them hell,
areas,
dog.
those areas of T-Mobile's network are more prevalent than people think, because a lot of people who post speed tests and make YouTube videos about speed testing, they don't go into rural areas. They don't go into areas outside of their little nook and cranny. There are areas where the T-Mobile network is so far behind, it is ridiculous.
Bro, look
Now,
at Rachel, Nevada, bro. AT&T just finally put up a tower after 28 years of Verizon being the only provider. Well, actually, 360 Communications from back in the day. You know,
Dave,
they were the only company that had coverage there. Finally, bro. And guess what happened? I actually found out. I pulled permits from Lincoln County, and I actually found out that T-Mobile canceled the Sprint permit because Sprint was supposed to go on that site too, and they canceled the permit indefinitely, like straight up revoked it. They said they were not. They told the city they were not going to build out no more. The county.
It's just like
So,
the president in Bradford County,
so
Florida.
that spot of 180 miles still exists. It still
Jeez.
will.
hey, they got to give them hell on it, man. I mean, these companies are going to only spend money where they feel like they're going to spend money at.
Yeah, but
This
that's
is
the
not.
thing,
This is
though.
not making no excuses for anybody. This is just what it is.
Keon, you want to know how sad it was, bro? I
What's
literally,
up?
and the guys are my witness, man. I literally in the small town of Alamo, bro, and AT&T, even AT&T had service there. It was just AT&T and Verizon that had service, bro. And I asked everybody. There was a school bus of kids that just rolled up, bro. I was like, hey, you guys got cell phones? They were like, yeah. I was like, who do you got? I was like, you got T-Mobile, right? And they all said, they all laughed at me, bro. They're like, we don't got that trash. We got Verizon. That's all. And that was like little 14-year-old kids, bro. Those little 14-year-old kids.
Hey, look, man. People still haven't got T-Mobile in their mindset right now. Hey, look,
Bro,
I asked customers in my car like who which ones and whatever, and nobody ever really thinks about T-Mobile right now. Why do you think they're trying to give away 3 months of service for free? They're trying to get back into the mindset.
Keon. So when T-Mobile pulled their little devil stunt here and shut down the tower from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. A few months ago, back in March, most of the people that were in that T-Mobile market ditched it the next week. Most of the people I know literally said, I'm getting rid of this. They shut my service off, and they didn't even notify the holder of the account, and the parents were like, I couldn't even get in contact with my child in the afternoon after school to find out where they were, thanks to this unreliable dog shit. Literally, that's what they told me. I said,
Hey,
yep,
look,
that's why I'm on
the mantra.
back.
That's why that
Who I gotta
mantra.
call at Verizon to get some coverage and to get some coverage and candor.
Hey,
They're the
look,
only ones
you
missing. And
you
Star.
can. Hey, look. You can do that. You could all these different stories. You can find different places on T-Mobile right now that's still not good. But
Yeah, of course.
Hey,
It's
but
the
here's
same
the
on the
thing, like,
the thing is that's
there's
still
more,
present for Verizon too,
there's
more
still
so than AT&T.
and AT&T too.
AT&T, I would, like I said, I would argue. I think AT&T has
Yeah.
more coverage than Verizon right now, dog.
I believe
Yeah.
it.
They 100% do. That's
So,
why I
Hey, look,
have
I got
AT&T.
videos. Hey, look, the videos,
EM.
the videos that I'm just now putting out right now show that as I got away from the city, T-Mobile started becoming average. Verizon is below average, and AT&T is becoming more dominant.
Yep.
So
I've been
you can
saying
click
this
on my
for 2
videos and
years.
see
I've
that
been saying this for
now.
2 years.
You can
And
see
like
that
when I
Wow,
was in
dog.
Hey, where
Hey.
mobile master tech is. I was in Denellen, Florida. Guess who the best carrier was in Denellen, Florida?
AT&T.
Yeah, 200 down by 60 up on
Hey,
5.
EM. So
What
I
up?
want you to tell me if your source is verified the same that my source told me. So right now, for the rest of this year, Verizon is concentrating on getting anywhere between 280 to 320 million pops of how do you call it, N77. They're gonna put the whole grid. They're gonna go even in the rural areas, rip and replace, and at least minimum in those Band 13 only areas, we'll put 266 with N77.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Well, that's what
yeah.
my connect told me, that that's already in the works right now. That's what they're working
They're
on.
do-
They're concentrating on Band 13 only sites right now at the moment.
Yeah, and guess
And,
what?
yeah,
And
that's
what
been
is it?
been in the works.
And
Tell
what
them
is
go
the
to
reason?
Star.
And look, and what is the reason for it? Because Verizon feels threatened.
You know what? You know what?
You
They
can't
got
get
in
away with
Star.
doing 13 only.
They got no radio towers. That's what they got in Star.
Oh,
But
Hell, Star would have been 13 site right now.
here's the thing. I've been saying this for the last 2 years that AT&T has surpassed Verizon in overall consistent coverage, and every single person I talk to says, "Huh?"
Well, maybe out there, bro, because it ain't out here. I'll tell you that.
I drove all the way to Denver, Colorado, and the only carrier that entire way that had consistent reusable service the entire way was AT&T. But yet, there's people in this community, pretty prevalent people who live in Colorado that say AT&T is trash. And that T-Mobile is the end all be all in Colorado. They suck.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They suck.
I know. I've heard.
Look, man, if you're gonna do your testing, you gotta do the testing evenly across the board, dog. No matter whoever the carrier is, whoever your favorite is, just do the testing.
Doug, I was roaming on HSPA Plus on some rural random carrier that I've never even heard of through the entire state of Nebraska. You can't test that. That network's not usable. Like it's not usable.
Yeah, I mean, depends on how much.
I couldn't even make a phone call to Mitchell, bro.
Oh no!
I hit a deadline.
Don't call him. Don't call him,
bro. He was trying to call Mitchell to get you on the day, bro. He said
no.
He was gonna pay for your day, bro. So you could be happy again.
Hey, Brandon. Or not Brandon. Hey, Keon. When I was in Bowling Green, Florida, which is just north of Fort Myers, guess what only phone line I could use to call Mitchell to get you a nice hot date the next evening in your Uber driving?
Lord, here we go.
Big Red. That's the only one that would work. AT&T had the bars, but like EM Tech said, it was HSA Plus bull crap, and it would not do nothing. Wouldn't even make a phone call.
Now, but like I said, I wish that you would have sat there and wherever you had it at, I want to see the metrics across the board for all three. How do they compare against them? Like that's what I would want to see. I want to know the whole suite. I want to know what they connected to. I want to know what the single storage ratio is for it. That's what I would love to know.
I got receipts, bro. I got receipts.
Hey, I want to see the receipts.
Austin, Verizon you want to go down the Highway 528 in Florida and do some work.
So what you want to know the measurements of how far the thong was up the crack?
Well,
Oh.
I'm gonna leave that to y'all. I just want to know the technical specs of what's going on.
Well,
But
I mean,
hey, look,
that gets technical, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
That
want
gets
to. I don't want
technical
to. I
right
don't
there.
want to know
It's
that technical,
technical,
sir. I don't
Keon.
want to know
He's
that
correct
technical.
there.
I don't
You
want to
ain't
know
gotta
that.
take it off. Just pull it to the side.
Oh God.
You got to
Damn,
pull it to the
already.
side, 4.2 millimeters to the left, and
Oh gosh.
1.1 millimeters up to the corner.
And we're gonna move on from that craziness. But hey, look, I'm just saying, like, you know, from my point of view when I'm testing, like I choose different places that are a little bit more realistic, right? Like I went back home and I tested US Cellular against all three, right? And I went to a spot that was bad for US Cellular, and Verizon was bad, even worse than US Cellular was. That's what I'm saying is how is it that I went to a perceived bad spot for US Cellular and Verizon
But
was
yeah,
worse than
that's
that?
anecdotal.
No, it's not.
Keon, that's anecdotal.
That is exactly what the people who have Verizon are experiencing.
Bro,
Smart,
Well,
your
I'm
speed
showing what
testing
people are
is
experiencing.
anecdotal.
I swear, everybody got tech these nuts saying when they kept saying anecdotal all the time, bro. Like, what the heck is up with anecdotal?
No, because when somebody tells you that your test is anecdotal,
The man is
basically
gone. He
what
perished through the wind, bro.
no, what they're basically saying is that your testing doesn't matter. Like you're just a pin drop in the cog of the bigger machine. That's pretty much what they're saying.
In reality, it's unless we all lived in the same area, it is. It literally is. It does not matter.
But here's
None
the
of
thing,
us. None of us live in any. We're all in very different places.
But here's the thing: when I go to, like, my experience going, like, I'm planning on going to Vegas this year. If I watch all of Carlos's videos in Vegas and I go there, I'm gonna pretty much get a good idea of what my experience is gonna be before I even land. Right?
Remember,
I'm
I
gonna
said
get a good idea.
Remember, I
If you
challenged
come
you,
to
Keon.
if
You
you
have
come
to
to
broadcast.
DC, if you come to DC, you look at my videos, you're gonna get a good idea about what your experience is gonna be here in DC. Unless you don't think that my testing is good, or if
I'm
I
not
don't
saying
think
that I
that
don't.
or if I don't think that Carlos's testing is good. I'm just saying that you get a good idea of what to expect.
Hey, to your live stream, I challenge Mr. Keon to stream
What's
on
up?
T-Mobile in Las Vegas, Nevada. I challenge
Oh,
you.
I'll do that. I stream on T-Mobile here in DC.
We'll see. We'll see if it buffers.
Hey, look, here's the thing. I use all three cellular carriers to the live stream. So I do that as a testing feature.
You can only use T-Mobile. We'll see.
I'll try it. That's not a problem.
I'll be curious if it buffers.
Of course, I'm going to have my laptop with me. I stream on my laptop. I don't do apps on phones, because if I'm a live stream, I'm a live stream. I use my laptop to live stream.
I've seen it buffer on Carlos's stuff, so I want to see if he'll do it with you.
Yeah, Keon, you need to go to the Usher concert.
Oh God,
Oh,
no. No.
No, he got a residency in Vegas.
Who?
Damn.
Usher?
Yeah,
Usher
he got a residency
Bro.
there.
Bro, Keon's gonna be like, you got it bet.
And then your call
Shame.
drops.
You got it bet.
When your speed test look
Friday.
good, but your file won't download.
Oh yeah, Friday.
Shame.
Speaking of T-Mobile, Friday my call dropped on Wi-Fi calling.
Wi-Fi call?
You might just
And it
do something
dropped.
about your Wi-Fi.
Nope.
I've never had a call drop on Wi-Fi before.
I haven't either, but I don't call that much to know.
Yeah, it was one of these rare times that I had to
I
call.
don't sit there doing it.
I choose to only call on AT&T because they're the only one that works consistently.
Oh
Speed
man.
test, you
Here's
got
the thing,
Wi-Fi
the-
problems, man.
Bro,
No,
he's
the
got
Wi-Fi
he
was
got some
fine that
packet
morning.
loss
I
STDs
think
going
there's
on
something wrong
here.
with his phone, man. Hey, look, I'm going out on a limb and say something wrong with your phone, sir.
We got the
Whenever
STDs
he's
coming
gonna
in
Google
here.
me with me, I was getting packet loss on freaking Verizon. Then when he's gone, I don't.
Bro, yeah,
Like
we
a
were
packet
at a
loss.
Google Meet. It was me, Austin, Brandon, Dan, Sneed, and Speed Tech, and he's getting these like crazy packet loss, and we're all like, heck. So we start running speed tests, and then we all start getting like crazy packet loss.
Yo,
It's
yo,
infectious, bro.
Speed Tech, your phone is infected.
Yeah, and he's letting malware
He
do
got,
my
he got
shit.
them.
Thank you.
He got them CTDs, them cellularly transmitted disease.
Oh no!
Come on, no.
Bro, you gotta take the ping pong off and wash it every once in a while, bro. Come on.
Oh
Hey, bro,
Lord.
that disease might get you to come off of YouTube like it did to somebody else, bro, and they're just gonna give it all up.
Oh. That's just sad.
Man.
Hey, that's how
Hey, be
you
careful.
know that's how
Y'all
you know
be
your
careful.
that's
Be
how you
careful
know your
sharing them
boy was in.
MagSafe chargers.
That's how you know your boy was in it for the money, bro.
You got to put you a condom on your MagSafe charger.
Oh God.
Go.
My God.
Shame.
Your
I feel
boy,
bad
your
for the
internet
power
must
lines outside.
Yo,
his
you know
house.
what? Here's the thing. If everything starts going to MagSafe, how the hell am I gonna charge customers' phones up now? Because I'm not about to put those magnetic pucks in the back seat of my car.
I'm just hope that Apple keeps the port.
They're not. You know they're not. They're going to literally do a middle finger to the EU and anybody else who thought they were going to do it, and they basically just say plug into the MagSafe
Yo,
port.
we
and
had
then
this
call it a day.
we had this discussion in a Google Meet a few nights ago about governments forcing things. Me and No Radio. The Apple ain't gonna be able to tell the government to go F off.
Yes, they can.
No.
Yeah, no. You have to understand. Apple is going to do the exact letter of the law. What is
They
the
got more
letter
money
of the
than
law
the
says?
government.
Still,
That is true.
It's
true.
Look, whatever the EU is going to tell them to do, if you read the letter of the law, they're going to find a loophole in it. That's what
Bro.
lawyers do.
Bro, Apple can buy the whole damn EU, bro. What are you talking about? They got all that
But they're
money.
not going to. They're not going to do that.
Yo, Apple's about to wreck capitalism.
Bro, they could buy the EU. They could buy the EU and the United States like it's nothing.
Hey,
Bro,
they
Apple's
could.
about to wreck the whole capitalism of the universe. Damn.
They could, but that's what I'm saying is the problem at
I want to
hand.
see this go
The
down.
problem at hand is it basically says that they have to use a charging port that's universal for everybody, right? So what's universal? MagSafe.
Keyword is
USB-C.
port. Keyword is port in that statement.
To charge their phones. Well,
The
if you
MagSafe
make
is not a port.
the MagSafe is not a port, but
Yeah, the
it's
keyword's
universal
port.
though.
And universal is USB-C.
No. MagSafe is universal because guess what? You can use it on Android phone and iPhones.
Yeah, but it's still not
Well,
a
then
port.
but it's not a port, Keon.
Hey, if they don't put a port on their device, they didn't break the law.
Yes, they did.
It
said
said
you
the
have to
keyword in the
use the
law
port.
says port. Are you smart or are you dumb?
No. First of all, sir, if there's no
It
port
says
on your
port in the
device,
freaking law.
if there's no port on your device, you didn't break the
Then your
law.
device is you are breaking the law because you don't have the port that you have to have.
Exactly. It says that if a device, it says that the device has a port. It essentially, if
it
the device
has a
does not,
Bro, Keon, what you're trying to argue here is basically that let's say DOT regulates a specific noise level for your exhaust. You're
Right.
saying that Apple can chop off the exhaust on their vehicle, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden the law doesn't apply to them.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Okay, we
Literally
no.
what you're saying right now, bro.
What do you mean?
First of
We
all,
don't have an
no,
exhaust.
wait.
What do you mean?
First of all,
you just
you
went
run
out of
into a
town.
whole a whole bunch of other bull crap if you did that. But the thing is if you read the law and look at it, and it tells you that if your device has ports,
It don't
or
say
it
if,
has a
Keon.
charging port.
It don't say
It doesn't
if. The word
say
if
if.
is not in there.
Hey, look, I
Yeah.
need to see. I need to read it because guess what? I went. Was it? I was looking at Marcus Browning, and they had a panel of Apple people, and they were talking about it. They didn't come out and say that they were going to comply. They said they were going. They did a whole rant, and then they were like, "Yeah, but we're going to figure out. We're going to work it out."
Keon, how much you
Yeah.
want to bet? And this is where I'm willing to stick my neck out on this. How much you want to make a bet that all it's going to be a dongle from Lightning to USB-C, and they include the USB-C cable in there and call it a day.
Oh shit.
That would be
Oh, it's
funny.
gonna be like
that
the
would,
Apple Pencil.
that would
because that's how they're going to give the government the middle finger. Because guess what? They're still including the USB-C.
Yeah.
They're including the dongle in the box. They're including the cable in the box of the dongle. And because there's actually, if you look up, there's patent numbers already for that dongle.
Well, technically, the dongle already exists. You already can buy one of them today.
So I mean, packaging that dongle with it would be a way of them throwing the middle finger.
But then the politically left conversation of e-waste comes into the scenario of you just went back to square one with e-waste problems.
Yep.
Hey,
Bro,
but here's the
Apple's
thing.
thinking of e-waste. What do
You
you mean?
That was the argument that the government used in the EU was e-waste.
And then you could argue it for Apple, saying that hey, forcing Apple to go with USB-C creates e-waste because now what about all those lightning cables?
So either way you look at it, you're at a lose-lose situation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I mean, either way you look at it, if you're pro Apple or against Apple, guess what? You're gonna create e-waste regardless.
Yeah, but the bigger point is that Lightning is a very, very outdated port.
It's very outdated.
It's extremely outdated.
It's 10 years old.
They should have migrated to USB-C a long time ago.
But they don't have they can't license it. That's the reason why they ain't done it. And then on top of that, hey, all the iPhone users have pretty much been like, I'm all right. Then look, you can transfer everything via wireless. You'll be good.
Now I want to throw something at you, Keon. Why did the iPad, all of their iPads now have USB-C? Why did the iPad Air could have kept Lightning?
You know why? Because the people that they were trying to attract with the iPad do not tolerate slow data transfer speeds.
But the 10th gen iPad is USB-C with a USB 2.0 speed.
Yes, speed tech. I just want faster transfer speeds for Mitchell.
Hey, compatibility with other devices. People who had like cameras and USB hubs and all these different other things that was not compatible, they caught hell for it.
Well, why does it stop at the iPhone? iPad OS and iOS are basically the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look, I wish I had all the answers on it. But
and then why did the Siri remote go USB-C too?
But
that's a good question. That is a very good question. I could not tell you.
Keon, we should do something, bro. You should send me your Chromebook, bro, real quick. and I'm gonna take an iPad and your Chromebook, and I'm gonna go take it to the desert and burn it, live stream it.
Ooh. Hey, guess what? I can always turn around and buy a Chromebook a whole lot faster than an iPad.
Come on, man. You
a whole lot faster.
Stick with a Chromebook?
Look.
Bro,
Brandon flashed up on the screen was a $98 Chromebook at Walmart.
When you come up here, bro, I'm gonna show you what an actual MacBook is, bro. You're gonna feel the power. You're gonna feel the raw power.
Yes,
you're gonna feel the editing raw power.
As soon as you give me the ability to touch the screen, I consider it a real laptop.
All that raw power.
All that raw power, but I can only look at the screen.
But it's all right, bro. What do you need a touch screen for, bro? Honestly,
I need to be able to touch the screen, sir.
Honestly, bro, I have laptops that you can touch the screen, bro, and I never even touched the damn thing. You want to know why, bro? Because the first one that I had, the first Lenovo from Verizon, the first 5G Ultra wideband laptop that I got, and I ended up using the touchscreen unlock. Guess what? Out of nowhere, dead pixels started happening and shit. But all that shit is garbage, bro. I'm sorry, but a laptop is meant to be used as a computer, bro, with mouse and a keyboard.
I seriously look. I disagree with you on that, man.
Especially editing and
here you go. Apple pretty much came out and taught people to touch the screen, and then
Well, yeah,
they
bro.
got then on top of
I
that,
used to
after teaching them for 10 years, multiple years, to come out and touch the screen, they put a touch bar on the 2016 MacBook Pro. Come on, man. That was like that was like throwing a middle finger. That was like throwing a middle finger up at everybody.
I hated that computer.
Come on, man.
Keon, I
That was
hated
like
that
throwing a
computer.
middle finger up to everybody, man. Hey, look, you know you want this, but you can't have this.
I'm gonna hit you with the 46 pitch line. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Dude, I used a MacBook Pro with the touch bar and I hated it ever since.
Yeah, because it wasn't a touch screen. That's why you hated it.
No, I hated it because I wanted to function row keys, especially when I started editing videos, which now I have, and it's a blazing nice experience.
Yeah, because Apple was trying to teach you that hey, you didn't really need what you
Apple
wanted.
didn't teach me shit. Apple didn't teach me shit. If Apple would have taught me something, I would have learned the communist way to make a business.
Hey, capitalism, you gotta love it. But like I said, they stopped doing it in 2020. So that tells you that the adoption for that touch bar was not catching on.
No, because people didn't want it. I didn't care for it.
Because they want a touch screen. That's my whole argument earlier.
Keon, this article right here just kills the whole MagSafe universal charging argument right away.
Oh shit!
The EU regulation applies to more than just smartphones. It applies to smartphones, tablets, other smaller electronics, portable speakers, and other small devices. All devices. So you're telling me that all of a sudden your Mitchell-shaped vibrator is going to have a fucking MagSafe charger on it? Come on, bro.
right where the ball sack is. It'll be the MagSafe.
hey, look. Can we? Look, I need to keep this segment from popping up because I might try to get sponsored by Manscaped. Okay, just remember, I'm trying to get sponsors. MagSafe, Manscaped might sponsor me one day, so I need to be nice,
bro. So what are you gonna do, bro? You're gonna make sure that they're silky smooth for you. You know, you're gonna put the cream and everything, bro.
Put the ball deodorant. Manscaped might sponsor me one day, and I understand. I gotta make sure they're ready to go.
He's wishful thinking right now. We'll see. He's wishful thinking.
Listen, Keon, your Manscaped gonna have to have a MagSafe port charging on the back of it. The chamber gonna need to have MagSafe too. Remember, it's all electronic devices.
That's true.
Hey, bro, you got to tell him I need it to be like a 1980s fade. I need the blade too so I can fade it up. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yo, Keon, you know them leapfrog little toys for the kids, the little touchscreen. They're gonna have MagSafe on that too.
That's true. That's true. That is true. But no, I'm just saying that hey, if there's a loophole in the law, they're gonna find it. I'm telling you.
There's only one.
Apple's going to do a middle finger to everybody and be like, "Yo, these nuts."
Keon, there's only one loophole in that law. You know what it is, and I don't think Apple's going to do it. You know what it is?
What is it?
It doesn't apply to devices that take over 100 watts. That's
there's
it.
No way. There's no way.
Wait. Hold on. Say it again.
It doesn't apply to devices that take more than 100 watts.
So if it takes over 100 watts, then they
don't have to have USB-C. Yep.
Oh,
so it doesn't apply
which is their laptops.
So it doesn't apply to my MacBook
look,
Pro 16.
Even then, that's almost no laptops because most laptops are 65 watts.
My laptop is 140 watts.
No, I know that. I said most. I didn't say yours. I said most. I said most laptops.
And the 14-inch MacBook Pros are 87.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you wouldn't make a phone that could charge at 100 watts, would you?
But listen, Keon, it would have to be MagSafe over 100 watts or Lightning over 100 watts, and we know that Lightning can't handle it. So So what they gonna do? Develop a whole new plug just so they can make the phone over 100 watts, so they ain't got to do USB-C?
Hell no, that ain't Apple. Because Apple wants to make money.
Apple ain't
can
gonna do
you, but
100 watts.
but can you do 100 watts of a MagSafe though?
No, hell
No.
no. The phone
Oh,
will melt.
hell no. You'll blow the battery apart. You'll literally fry the freaking
You,
phone.
you think Samsung was blowing up shit?
Oh
Put 100 watts through the MagSafe.
No, it gets
man,
hot at 15 watts.
oh it does. Oh, it
Especially if you charge it
does.
from 20% up.
But yes, the EU said all devices under 100 watts must have USB-C. All devices. That means even the Amazon bootleg headphones got to have USB-C. Everything. Look, even like the shocks. You know how the shocks have a proprietary charger on the side? Got to be USB-C. If you
That's true.
anybody owns shocks, you know they have a proprietary connector.
Yep.
Applies to them too.
Yep.
Mm.
That's why I say everybody got to get USB-C. It ain't just Apple. It's
Tough-
all
tough
electronics
apples.
under 100 watts.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? Tough apples.
And here's the other side of that, right? We already know that the cheapest way to do 100 watts is USB-C. So even then, they might as well just keep USB-C. USB-C is up to 240 watts now,
Yep. Golly.
and they're headed for more.
Oh yeah, I
Yep.
believe it. I
Yep.
believe it. I mean, the standard has evolved faster than the lightning cable.
Lightning has no
Way
room to
faster.
evolve.
Lightning was 10 years old to begin with, and Lightning is 10 years old, and it was supposed to die after 10 years.
Well, they held on to that for dear life.
No,
But
this phone is going to be literally 10. The iPhone 15 would have been 10 years if it has Lightning. It's 10 years. Actually, it's over it because the fact of that the first iPhone I had, I believe, it was the 4S.
all right, fellas. So
I was on Android at that time.
I gotta go wake my wife up and get her so she can get ready to go to work. So I want to thank everybody for showing up, jumping into my live stream. At Austin, thank you for coming by and helping us with my Apple segment.
Oh, you're welcome.
Greatly appreciate it, Carlos.
Hey! At least I'm not. Hey, at least I'm not. I don't have the Apple colored glasses on like Brandon does.
What Brandon? Hey, them shades is dying for Brandon right now. He's even looking at the Ultra.
Brandon said he's bored. He's bored.
Yeah,
Doing something different.
he's
in his life.
bored.
He's lying. Come on, he ain't moving away from an iPhone. He
Hey,
was
he-
raising his
Carlos.
12 Pro Max a few days ago. Come on.
Carlos. Brandon said he needs some strange.
Bro. All I know, bro, is what a lot of people are just looking at the customization of all this stuff and all that, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I just need my stuff to work. Like for me, bro, a lot of people say, oh, 1 terabyte, this and that, bro. I need 2. They need to bring it on already. I need 4. Give me
Bro,
4.
that means you need a NAS. That's what you need.
Bro,
at that point.
I don't use cloud, bro. I don't use that
No,
crap,
that
bro.
didn't say you. Didn't say cloud. I said you need a
local-
NAS
a
system.
local NAS,
I got-
Carlos. A
so
local
keep,
NAS,
four-
Carlos.
I got 4 1 terabyte iPhones, and they're almost all full.
That's what I was
Yeah.
talking about earlier, not earlier, but like on another time we were talking. I'm surprised nobody has made a hard drive that has a high speed like Wi-Fi 6 connection that just works. Like if you're just near it, you can sync to it without ever plugging into it or touching it.
It's so,
You just
like
put
as
it-
soon as you get home, it just syncs with everything.
Well, I'm saying you could put it in your center console in your car. Like my ideal, like it would literally just sit. You can have it sitting in the car. As soon as you get next to it, you can go
That would
sync
be-
everything.
That would be nice, bro.
Yes,
And it's
sir.
authenticated to only your device. Like it
Yep,
has to be synced. You know?
yep. That's what they need
That
to
would
bring
be
out.
beautiful.
Seagate, Western Digital, get on it.
Get on it now.
We need Wi-Fi
But yeah.
6E hard drives that let you sync on the fly without you even trying.
Apple had that
Bro, even
years
on the
ago.
ultra,
Years ago.
even on that ultra wideband
Yeah,
thing.
Apple did have that years ago.
No radio. Think about
So
it.
what?
Even that ultra wideband thing that they're using for like the AirTags and stuff, they can use that technology.
Exactly.
True.
They can use that. Yep.
Sync,
Apple
data
has a time
data transfer via
Austin, the time
millimeter
capsule
wave.
doesn't. You can't stick a time capsule in your center console in your car and just get near it and sync all your shit without having a Wi-Fi network around.
The only time my phone's syncing shit is at night when it's on charger.
No. If your whole worry is about filling a device up, you need to have somewhere that you can. If you don't want to put it on cloud, have somewhere you can just throw files without even trying. Meaning you just got next to it, and when you take the picture, it goes, "Well, do you want this synced?"
Oh.
And it'll just sync to that device. Meaning you never even have to fill your phone up. It's the point I'm trying to make.
You mean the fact that my iPhone needs to go USB-C so I can hook my solid state drive up to it that I should not need to carry an iPad around for?
But hey, here's the thing: the technologies are available where you can get close to gigabit speed now. So why not just use what's already available on the device? You don't even have to go USB.
That's why I say it ain't even the phone that has to change. It's just the hard drive maker to go ahead and make a platform for that just makes it easy so anybody can do it.
And if they would sell boatloads of them if they did.
Yeah, because everybody ain't gonna set up a NAS in their house. But say you go, even if Apple did their own, say you just go to the store and grab a freaking 8 terabyte, what would you call it? Magic NAS, whatever the hell they want to call it, and you just get your phone near it and hit sync, and it syncs in a fucking few minutes. And whatever you just did, you ain't got to keep it on the phone, and you can call it back anytime you're near it.
You see,
you can go that picture I synced earlier. Just hit the file, and it would pull from that NAS randomly, and that NAS can run on battery.
So the reason why I don't trust stuff on the cloud, bro, or anything online, Dave, is because of everything that's going on today with anything that could be hackable. I don't need pictures of my children, or my son, or my little daughter,
that's
to
what
be
I'm
out
saying.
there and stuff.
Yeah, my invention wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be online. It would just be on your personal NAS that doesn't even connect to the internet.
No. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I would love that because I don't want to have to. Look at what I'm doing right now, bro. I literally have 4 phones just to be able to make it happen, bro. And they're almost all full.
Yep.
I have 6
Hey, look,
terabytes
somebody's
over
gonna have to
here,
build
and
it.
I'm about to offload a ton of files.
Hey, one of us should build it, and then watch Samsung and Seagate and all the rest of them come running, talking about, "Oh, you're infringing on our patent. We gotta hurry up and put this out." That's exactly what's gonna happen. They already got it. They're not releasing it yet.
Yeah, Apple can just call it the magic NAS.
Well, they got so SanDisk has something for the iPhone that you put on the Lightning port, and then you can and it has built-in memory. I think they have it up to 256 gig or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, but you still got to plug that in.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they got that ultra wideband feature on these damn new phones now, bro. That they can do with these AirTags and all that. That would be so nice because the transfer rate is fast on that. If it could track a damn AirTag and at basically with no lag and latency, I think they can do a portable storage device like nothing.
Yeah, the main reason why they went millimeter wave is because it reaches further than Bluetooth, which is hilarious when you think about it.
Bluetooth's limitation.
This is what Samsung was
granted,
millimeter wave will work from 1,000
power.
feet. The Bluetooth ain't gonna work from 1,000 feet.
I mean, Bluetooth low power is a benefit, but it's not good for data transfer.
Yeah.
But hey, look, we could talk about that one on the next time. I wanted to let everybody have a chance to get their own plugs in. So Carlos, from Carlos S Tech, where can we find you at, sir?
You already said it, my boy.
Carlos S Tech on YouTube.
On YouTube and the Twitters, it's Carlos Tech 702. Just let me know. And I'll make sure that you mention that, you got sent from Keon's live stream.
Hey, that's what's up, man. All right, Austin. What about you, sir?
You can find me at youtube.com at Austin's Tech, and on Twitter is Austin's_tech, no apostrophe in any of them. And I guess if you want to spam my comment section, why not?
What's up?
Just make sure YouTube doesn't shut you off from spamming.
Hey, what about you, No Radio?
You can find me at your baby mama house on any given day.
Damn, No Radio.
Wow, No Radio. Hey, I'm just saying something. He's the one that's gonna be like, what was my man? He said, "I'm Tyrone," and I'm
Tyrone,
and I fudge your wife.
Now I'm Mitchell.
Oh no! He wasn't ready. No. And EM, where can we find you at, sir?
You can find my Twitter at I don't even know what it is. I don't know. Look me up on Twitter, and you can see all my hot takes, and that's it. I don't do YouTube or anything. So
hot takes and spicy takes, huh?
Yes, sir.
The hot takes, spicy takes. And then, like for me, you'll see everybody clowning me on Twitter at Keon81, and feel free to come to the YouTube channels where I'm, slowly getting my North Carolina videos out. So my next ones on my channel is going to be from the rest stops that I stopped at in Virginia and in North Carolina. So I'm working on putting those out right now. Thank y'all for the watching, support. Appreciate everybody coming through. Greatly appreciate everybody watching. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And we out.
Keon, thank you for having me on, bro. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem.
Thank
Hey,
you,
I told
thank
you, you can look, man. You can come anytime.
Art Blanche.
Hey, y'all have a good one.